Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, Go to the roots, Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on a midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time are cast beneath the streetlight beam. As the world moves on, time sings a song. Don't cry.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I want to welcome all of you to another edition of the Afridamus Report. Please make sure you hit the like if you haven't already done so. And if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe as well. Ladies and gentlemen, where are we? Today, we are going to be talking about the Pan-African movement, in Africa. Because for the most part, you guys remember the topics that we bring here are usually from Gambia or Ghana. That's where the blacks were going to. And, we've seen many situations where, things turn into drama. So one can say, okay, maybe, just maybe, that's maybe a one-off. Maybe one can say, are the blacks bringing those problems? You guys remember the land scamming situations? Well, we are going to be talking about that as well. So from the West Coast to the East Coast, we'll be talking about Kenya and we'll be talking about Burkina Faso. So now I have a video that I came across, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, it's about this guy named JT, the bigger figure. So this JT character, apparently he is a rapper here in America. You guys know how the blacks do it with every single one of them are rappers. When I worked in prison as an officer, so there's like this, all the blacks that you meet, they like the black prisoners, the inmates, the criminals, most of them, they are all either basketball players or rappers. The white boys, they are white guys or white boys as they call themselves. They are usually, MMA fighters, UFC fighters. And the Mexicans are usually, the Hispanics, they are usually the drug dealers. So everyone have their, little corners. So, but there is a special group of blacks that we have been seeing going to Africa. And Every time I say it, people come here, they say, "Oh, Afridamus, you are such a hater. You just want to create division." But in fact, guys, I use videos to analyze this. And coming from, as you guys know, I'm the negrologist. I have taught Negrology 101 here. Not only did I do my field studies, just even simply, you guys have seen me in action dealing with some of these Negroes coming straight from the hoods, as they themselves would call it, the ghetto. I have dealt with the ghetto people in prison. So I understand their lingo, you see. So when I come here and I speak about it, because you see, the Africans that they talk to, those Africans don't know them. And you have some of these Africans they talk to, they talk about Pan Africanism. Those people are scammers themselves. And you would see how I would connect all that for you to see exactly what is happening here. If you can remember, in the last show, in the last show, you guys remember how, I brought the videos that exposed France. You guys remember that? So, you know how France, the United States, and all these other countries, so when they are like, "Oh, we are giving aid to Africa," but it's just, they are like covering up. It's all fake, right? So they're like, hey, check over here. Don't look over here. So you look at Niger, for instance. They have uranium. They are poor, right? Because France was getting the uranium from them like 25 cents. So now they jumped from 25 cents to now they are selling it. Guess what? Like 25 euros. So 25 euros, that's like $27. That's quite a difference. 25 cents to $27. That's a different, huge margin there, right? But this whole time, France was presenting itself as, "Oh, we are giving these people aid." So you you're like, "Okay, let me give, these Negroes, they are over there, they're black anyways, you know I mean, they are half human. They can live off of $1 a day." You know what? We would just announce on our television that, "You see these dusty Negroes over here? Yes, they they live off of $1 a day." And then you got people sitting in Europe and America, they're like, "Oh, look at these poor blacks." Because the government is presenting itself as they are doing good, but they are actually pimping. So therefore, you look at it in America, everything is on television. And who watches the television more than the wider population? Yes, you guessed right, the blacks. you know and it's not only the blacks. Most Americans get their cue from the television. But now you got the hood. They call it the hood, the ghetto. We've all heard about the blacks rapping about it. You guys have heard about 50 Cents. He talked about how they try to kill him in the ghetto in that song called "Mini Man, wish death upon me, blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what destined to be, and ninjas trying to take my life away." He is giving us the news about what was happening, the jealousy from the ghetto, how the Negroes in that hood try to kill him. So obviously, this is an established system in the ghettos of America. Just stay with me here, ladies and gentlemen, because you will understand the story where we are going. So there's different kinds of people that are going to Africa, different types of blacks. But this sector, the people I'm talking about here, the hood, these are the ones now going to Kenya. They are turning Kenya into the ghetto. Every ghetto person now in America, black ghetto, that want to go to Africa, wants to go to Kenya for whatever reason. But we have JT, JT is going to talk about, we're gonna play JT's, video here. He's going to his interview with Adam 22, and he's going to speak about, all the good job he did in Burkina Faso, how he saved Burkina Faso youths from becoming terrorists. So, Burkina Faso right now, they are kicking out the imperialist France. So, but you look at these guys like JT ran off to Kenya. So it looks like Kenya is the new hood, the new ghetto. Kenya is the new ghetto. So I would play the video of JT, and you guys will hear exactly what he said about his adventures in Africa. And then I will play another conversation that, shout out to KBM, Kenyan by Merit, sent it to me, where, and I'm not making this up, you guys will hear. When I keep saying the ghetto came to Kenya, you guys are going to be like, oh, Afridamus, you're just exaggerating. Wait till you hear these conversations, because there is a Kenyan woman, a Kenyan lawyer, who jumps into the conversation, because you see, they thought they were the hood, but a Kenyan woman who is a lawyer, they were talking smack about her. She jumped in and exposed this hood, this hood scammers for us. But I don't want to spoil it for you. Let me do my disclaimer, my fair use. We would start with JT's conversation with Adam 22. He's going to talk about his work in Burkina Faso and Kenya. So, and then we will come to the Kenyan woman. Fair use. All right, guys, get the likes up. So I'm gonna play this video. So it's gonna be a still video. You'll see the picture, because I don't want to get a copyright strike. So here we go.
What crazy ass stories that you've got under your belt am I missing? There's got to be some other stuff here that we just somehow haven't hit.
I know. I'm trying to think of what, because there's so many different things that have happened.
Because it is mind blowing how many different lives you've led.
Let me share this life. let me share this other life. Filmo Africa.
Okay.
Filmo Africa. 2017, I get invited, and this a month before I get shot.
So this guy is a real hood guy. So all that, the Pookies and Ray Rays we're talking about, he is a real Pookie and Ray Ray. He is running in the hood where people get shot. They shoot each other. So he said he got invited to Africa. And can you guys please, those of you that want to scam in Africa, can you please pull up the map? At least, can you learn the name of the countries? It is about high time you stop just saying Africa. Learn the name of the territory you're trying to scam from. All right? In Africa. But let him tell it.
People calling me from Africa, watching my movies, my hood movies, and my motion in Atlanta.
Right.
They call me and invite me to a country called Burkina Faso, West Africa, above Ghana.
So Burkina Faso. We talked about Burkina Faso in the last show. So Burkina Faso, he said, call them. So Burkina Faso is calling all able men right now and women to come and contribute so they can stand against the imperialist boot that's been on their neck. But you notice that's when people run away, don't you think? So when Burkina Faso calls, no response. But if we can prove it if you were called to Burkina Faso, because we have done investigations here at the Afrodamus report, and I brought you guys all the results. I know people did not like it, but we've had people made videos speaking as if some chief in some village sat there and wrote a letter and invited them. But little did we know that did not happen, right? So, for all we know, he wasn't invited, but we would pretend that, some people in some village in Burkina Faso came together. They sat in front of the chief and said, hey, who we want to invite over? JT, the bigger figure, in America, in the ghetto, those people, they just shot him. They shoot at each other. That's who we want to invite. The chief listens to rap. But let us just go along with this story, all right? Let's just go along with the story.
Not far from Nigeria. It's in the news now for coups and all of that. But they invited me to come to Africa to help teach their young population. Because out of 19 or 20 million people there, 60 to 65% of the people who live in Burkina Faso is 28 and under.
Wow.
They got millions of youth that terrorism, they would adopt terrorism because there's so much unemployment that terrorism is an option where they be join ISIS or Al Qaeda.
So he is saying that in Burkina Faso, they have, their youth population, they have so many young people in that country. So, and they are unemployed. So he was invited to come there to help them with those youths, because if not, many of them are going to join, Al Qaeda. They're going to be part of terrorist groups. This is profound. Guys, please get the likes up, hit the likes. So the blacks are going around, they are helping Africans, saving the people of Burkina Faso from becoming terrorists. Here we go.
And now they're working for that operation so they got a brotherhood, and they got access to money, or they got access to eat, they got access to camaraderie. So the people who invited me was like, we want to get the African young population into music making, film making, software, clothing, the spirit of do for self. And
So why do what JT? So he's coming there to teach them music and so entertainment. So that's what's gonna stop these people from joining Al Qaeda and ISIS. So he brought music and entertainment to Burkina Faso. Here we go.
Dependent, and you got it. So I go there, and on my trip, I end up building a water well because I realized I thought I was coming to Africa to get some money from these people. I get there, there's no money like that. The people who
I want you guys to remember this. He said he thought he was coming there to get money. So most of the people we've been hearing, what have they been talking about? Making money in Africa. So he said he thought he was coming to make money. So, but there was no money to be made. But we would find out if this is in fact true.
pay for my first class round trip tickets, hotel, and food and stuff, they made an investment to get me to come. But when I got there, I thought it was gonna be big companies ready to throw dollars at me because I'm bringing some. No, JT. So I end up doing what they asked me to do on that trip. I was there maybe 2 weeks. I left them with a free water well. I come home, I get shot. When I was
So have you guys noticed a pattern here? Back in Gambia, the ones that are there that eventually get accused of being scammers, they speak about, oh, we dug boreholes. In West Africa is boreholes, like in Gambia. So in Burkina Faso, he said wells. He dug wells. Then he comes to America, he gets shot. Okay. Was he on Martin Luther King Street? You guys remember the streets I was telling you guys? Was he there? And if yes, what was he doing on Martin Luther King Street? So this guy is a humanitarian, according to what I'm hearing, a Pan-African hood humanitarian. That's who JT is. So he comes to America, he gets shot in the ghetto. So let him keep telling us.
Leaving, they're like, why are you leaving? It was so crazy that I came home, and it's like the next frontier, JT, not gonna just be running around hoods in America. You need to come to Africa and try that. If you do that, you're gonna have Indiana Jones type stripes now.
Did you guys see? JT, the black Indiana Jones saving Burkina Faso and Kenya. You guys thought I was just making this up. Did you guys hear this? He is striving to become the black Indiana Jones. I wasn't making this up. So now you guys understand the mindset of a lot of these Negroes you seen roaming around Africa. So these guys have been watching movies like Indiana Jones, Lord of the Rings. They're trying to be like the white man. Their ultra ego is the white man. That's right. So you know how Indiana Jones went to India and all these places. So these guys, some of them, they really think they're playing tourists in Africa. So you go to Africa, he's got his stripes, so now he's back, going to different networks, different podcasts, telling his story about how wild Africa is. I mean, because if you're Indiana Jones, you're looking for Indiana Jones stripes. That means you are dwelling in a jungle somewhere. Let's just face facts. So, yeah, he said the African Jones. Yeah, he's the African Jones. But let's go.
Did all this, go to Africa. That's the wildest thing out of whatever we talking about, of me trying something new, and I'm going by myself. And I'm finna go in all these hoods over here by myself, of course, getting introduced by whoever introducing me. And I'm finna really try it. So I stay in America. I'm still having my little issues, street issues.
So you guys remember when I told you how dangerous the black hoods are. Some people are like, oh, getting all mad. You see, he's like, I go there by myself. Anytime a man uses the word by myself, it means the place is dangerous. So this guy is rolling around in ghettos around America. You see? So obviously they are going to transport that ghetto mentality into Kenya and Burkina Faso and all these other countries. But let us continue. You guys this is going to get super ghetto when we get to, when the Kenyan lawyer calls in. Not in this video, in the next one. But I want you guys to hear this interview so that you'll be able to compare what he is saying here and what actually is taking place in Kenya. Here we go.
So and after that shootout I had where I could have almost got knocked off, I'm like, man, I can't just get killed out here trying to prove I'm tough or prove that nigga I can get in with y'all. Take this opportunity, man. Go to Africa. So 2019, 2 years later, I get over there. I end up bringing my wife and kids over there, and 3 months later, they close the borders and say it's a new thing in the world called coronavirus, and nobody can leave anyway.
So you got stuck there?
No, I had moved here anyway. I sold the house, the cars, everything. I'm like, I'm finna take a chance, because people say, V, they love rap music in Africa. I didn't know nothing about that.
I feel like you would do very well there.
Man,
I feel like they would like that energy.
I did. That's the part I'm saying. Like, for 3 years, that's what I've been doing.
Sick.
And I moved from country to country. Uganda, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Nairobi, Kenya. Like, these people know me now by doing music with their artists and filming. And
so he So has he been to Nigeria? So he's been to all these countries, right? So he said he's known there. So I want you guys to continue to hear him. Okay? The Pan-Africans, they go and roam Africa, then they come to the white man's platform, the white man with the tattoo, to interview them about the jungle in Africa. You see what's happening here, guys? Let's continue.
Paying for water wells and stuff. So the craziest thing I think is that me really trying to go to another country and think and use my JT, the bigger figure skills, to kick something off. Because over there I'm JT. They didn't know Fig.
Right.
They knew JT.
Was part of why you moved out there because you wanted to like become more connected to your heritage? And do you feel like you've had that experience?
I think I was gonna get that anyway, but I was more interested.
Meaning that wasn't a big deal. I came there to hustle. So, guys, how many times have I been saying there are many, not all. Some people are going to come and say, how people come and say, oh, I just want to connect with my ancestors. How many of these people did we hear? And then next thing we find out is about money. You guys remember one at Kati? That's right. So at least he is honest. So let's let him keep telling us. So he's saying, yeah, he's been to Nigeria too. But I would like to see him sell land in Nigeria. Then I'll be convinced. But here we go.
And becoming, or if I make a success in another country, then I'm gonna have some more stripes up under my belt. And I got humanitarian stripes for my water wells, because the water wells I dropped off, I built 3 water wells in Africa. Over 35,000 people is using that water right now to this day.
Wow.
What? So he is the Father Teresa, not even Mother Teresa, Father Teresa of well digging. So you notice how these people keep saying Africa. So he's saying that he dug wells in Burkina Faso. But you see, Burkina Faso is not even talking about wells. Go listen to their leader. Their leader talking about what they are doing in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is in the modern age. Okay? Go listen to what they are bringing to their country. They are not even thinking about wells. What is this guy talking about? But here we go.
Because I went down 3,000 feet and this whole lake's under the earth. And in Africa especially, if you drill deep enough, you got free water. But the person that live on the land can't afford no drilling to go down no 1,000 feet.
Right.
You got to have real money over there, because that type of money. Now, I only spent $7,500 on the first one.
7,500 to dig a well in Burkina Faso. Man, St. James, when I open the lines, St. James, you better call in to confirm. 7,500 to dig a well. Man, that sounds expensive. Here we go.
15,000 on the second one.
15,000 on the second one. So this sounds scammy to me, but all right.
30,000 on the third one. The reason why the price went up, I moved to a different country where water costs more money. So if you want to get this water, because they know once they drill it, you can sell water now and be having money going on into the future. But I said, I didn't come to Africa to make money off y'all like that.
Did you guys, but which country is this? He's just saying, I went to one country. Which country? And he's saying, oh, I did not come to Africa. I didn't come to Africa to make money. We would find out if that is in fact true. How many videos have I played here? And we've heard these people talk about, oh, I'm not in this, it's not about money. Oh, I'm digging boreholes. And somehow the prices seem to be a lot more inflated than the usual. Exactly, Audrey. A cutter price. But Well, Audrey, don't you think he's the one now giving us? He is now treating us like we are the Akata. He's doing the reverse Akata on us, on everyone. So, I mean, it sounds like digging a well in Burkina Faso is expensive. So he said he moved to the next country where, the water is expensive. Which country is that? Because that would be Kenya, isn't it? So, but he didn't mention which country, but he moved to Kenya. So I think, are the Kenyans suffering from lack of water too? Let us continue here.
Y'all can have it for free. So the villagers, they got to giving me names and, putting these things on my head and these special coats and these little cloaks and shit. Like, man, you are a brother. But the experience now, did you know when I came back and I heard all these African artists on our radio station playing more than some of the rap music, is that an African artist is on the radio? I was like, this shit happening. That shit finna jump over here and we loving what they had.
Right. Even just today, Ebro had a tweet where he said that all the labels
I reposted that.
they're not focused on street
Gangster
rap.
rap, nope.
They're trying to sign African artists and Latin artists. Yeah.
Because it's 1.4 billion people over there. If you get one song to even do good in just a few other countries, your ass gonna have billions of streams.
Yeah.
I thought he said he wasn't thinking about making money in Africa. So he's been traveling from country to country, but somehow he is not telling us the names of the countries. Okay, here we go.
That's what I was aiming for too. But I did do some artist work where I'm performing with the artist. But I said, shit, now I could just call and say, man, I'm trying to let me get. I want 10 artists from over there, and I don't even got to be there now to do it because I know all the DJs, I know all the important people. So from my phone, I can make something shake. But when he posted that, I knew. I say, see, they was laughing at me going to Africa at first. They laugh. A lot of industry people like, man, what the hell you doing over there, man? It look.
Remember, guys, when I told you guys that, the blacks they would laugh at you if you go into Africa. They laugh at Africans. And people came and started arguing, saying, oh man, Afrikaners, you're just dividing people. You heard it from JT's mouth. He said they were laughing at him for going to Africa. Just a point of reference here. But here we go.
Look dusty, look this. I say, bro, when they party, they got a stadium. When they do the club, it's 5,000 people and nobody got shot. Bro.
See, African countries are more peaceful. So he's saying people party, thousands of people come together, no one gets shot. But put 50 blacks together or 25, people get shot. That's what he is saying. Not me. I'm just giving you the number.
They got clubs out here, bro, just like Atlanta, that's doing numbers and they playing songs. So I need to see who's available, who not signed, and I start handpicking the guys like I did in Atlanta. I did that in Africa. So it's just the hoods that I was in over there. The desperation in the hood is worse than where I got shot at. I just knew if I don't say a prayer, no matter if I'm going to help.
See, the hood is the white man's project, but now they're calling the African. Kenya is now the new hood of Black America. And I think Burkina was one of the hoods too. Guys, so Kenya and Burkina have become Black American hoods, as you can hear. He said he was in some of the hoods. So here we go.
The feed or whatever. If I don't pray, these slums, I can die. I can die over here. And you by yourself? So all that footage, I took it off YouTube, and now I'm finna bring that shit back.
But do you have any sketchy situations out there, or was it pretty cool?
Nope. The most sketchiest situation I had that dealt with violence is when I went on an army base on accident filming, and I wasn't supposed to, and they was talking to me in another language. So when he was like, da, 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 I'm like, man, all right, I'm
What do you mean another language? You are so he went on an army base in Burkina Faso. So he's saying they're talking to him in another language. What language is it? How are you in the country? You don't know what language they speak over there. So let's hear him tell us how he took it at the, army base in Burkina Faso.
Gone, man. But I'm on the army base. No, you just can't leave. What the fuck you doing over here? I'm over here filming. Yeah, man, I'm over here. Man, they got the coming out of nowhere trying to get me on the ground. I stood my ground, but I definitely could have died because the
He said he stood his ground against the Burkina Faso army. Do you guys buy that story? I mean, so then one of the blacks gets shot over there in Burkina Faso by the military. So he's trying to tell us he stood his ground. What does that even mean? I'm not sure what he means by that.
officers say, bro, we could have shot you. This is an army base.
What the
So
fuck?
that was my sketchiest violent situation. But after that, shit, I didn't do no more filming on the army base. I just
Right.
stayed in the projects. I stayed in the hood.
So you now what is your plan for your life? You've lived so many lives. You got so many different options.
I know, huh?
Well, like what do you?
I'm
where do you-
back now. Of course, my family life important. So I say, you got to fall back from some of this hood life. Like this hood life, you already lived it.
Well, was Africa like a reset for you?
Africa was a reset. Them 3 years I was over there, do you know I never carried a gun or a knife? But as soon as I get off the airport over here, when I get to Atlanta, I got to put that thing on me, and I got to be watching cars again and checking the situation and making sure the parking lot, survival things of a black man that live in turf politics, like turf geopolitical, with crime and violence and beef and maybe an op or two or somebody who want to rob you, or like you gotta carry yourself a certain way.
Right.
You can't assume, oh man, I don't got no beef with nobody. Nah, actually, I might not. But the person that wants your shit, when I got shot 2 different occasions in Atlanta, it was attempted robberies, and both times I just wasn't going. But I called bullets for it. But
So JT is a hood pookie, a real hood pookie. So let's hear him continue to tell us.
because I made my mind up. You can't be out here screaming California, West Coast, Fillmore this, Fillmore Atlanta, none of that, and you gonna just be letting niggas rob you. Cause once your name go across no jumper, as oh yeah, they hit Fig over there, they caught him, nah. Because
Really?
I already had paint in my face as that I'm standing on business. So in them situations, without God help though, so thank you, Lord. I'm still here. But you gotta make your mind up. Are you agreeing? Are you predetermining that you gonna give your shit up when a gun get put in your face? Then you shouldn't even come out today. Now, be smart and think, because if it's a situation where you gotta give it up, then you got.
All right. So you guys see that? You see that's JT right there, saving Burkina and Kenya. Now, let me play this live stream that was sent to me. Shout out to KBM. So there was a Kenyan lawyer that joined the conversation. So let us see what is happening in reality here. Here we go.
But they reading this shit off. They reading this shit off like it was theirs. I'm thinking it was theirs. Like you capitalize on somebody else's spirit. Dude say he fucking with Juju, so you don't know what type of energy that is. Why would you be housing that information without representation, documentation, representing it underneath what it was? I want to talk to dude. Dude, like talking ain't nothing, nigga. Talking is what got this nigga. Talking is what you got to do this part and that part. Feel me? It's 2 parts to this shit. Pen and paper, that's gonna work. But he's a slickster. If you just work the pen and paper, he got fans over there, bro. That's
So this is the characters, this is the hood that is now coming to Kenya, from Burkina now to Kenya. So just watch. You have the Kenyan lawyer down here. You're going to see what is happening in Kenya for real.
steady trying to feel me, go along with the shit. Oh, you gonna be all right, JT. Just keep on going, man. Them dudes over there, they so he's a Jim Jones. You got to do this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but I'm gonna get out of here. We got Mercy in there.
Yeah, Mercy right here.
All right. Hey, how you doing, Mercy? It's all good. Hello to Kenya. But I'm out. I'm just truck driving right now. But yeah, I just wanted to drop some game, man.
Hi guys.
So this is the Kenyan lawyer, Mercy. So you guys thought all the drama was in Gambia and Ghana, in West Africa and Tanzania. No, you're gonna find out that it's been hot in Kenya. Here we go.
How are you? Hello, how are you? Timothy, how are you?
I'm good.
Real Life TV. Hi, I'm good, thank you. Kaskati, how are you? Please bring Terence back because I need to ask him some questions. It's very wrong for you to make some allegations and you don't give.
The Kenyan, you see, the Kenyan women have been listening. She is bringing fire. She said, "No, bring that Negro back. Bring him back." So this Kenyan woman, you know, she already knows how to handle these hood pookies and rays. Here we go.
Somebody the right to reply because I think I deserve that right to reply.
You do. Yes.
But before I even get to the email, I want to ask him some questions. Terence, were you my client? No. When exactly did you send JT money? I don't know. How did you send JT money? I don't know. What contract did you have with JT regarding land? I don't know. So he needs to tell us all these things. I only helped Terence get a visa and he disappeared on me with my $150.
Are you guys hearing this? So the blacks, when Black America sends their people to Kenya, these are the type of blacks they are sending. So the woman helps him to get a visa for $50 because you can't just get up and just go to Kenya. Someone has to invite you. And he ran away. He didn't even pay the $50. You see? So they pretend like they are retaining lawyers, but as you can hear, this is JT's crew. So you guys remember JT in the interview with Adam 22 saying he didn't go to Africa for money. So this is the discussion about the scamming, what is really happening. Here we go.
Visa cost $50. So we had consultations. I sent him an invitation because remember, a host must send you an invitation letter, okay? So then that is what you use to be able to get a visa. I processed it for him. He actually sent the money and then reversed the money, and that was it. He went to a hotel. He called me telling me it has bed bugs for free, because this is me waiting for the client to be ready to settle down.
So just Africans, you need to catch up to this. So these hood Negroes, they're going to come to your establishment and they're going to claim things like there was bedbug so that you can give it to them for free because they are used to this. Because in America, they can go to the white man's restaurant and eat and just claim that there was something in it. And they would they would say it's free. So they've been looking for free stuff all over Africa. Real Life TV, thank you for the super chat. He said, we're not Pookies and Rays. Well, I mean, we're about to find out. So here we go.
And then we meet for some business. Remember, I've processed a visa for him. He hasn't even paid. You have to pay the Kenyan government 50 USD. Yeah. Terence reversed that money and disappeared on me. He went to the hotel, told me at some point there's no electricity. And I'm just wondering, dude, why are you talking to me like this? First of all, I'm an attorney. It's not for free. What these people don't realize is you have to retain my services. Do you know how many want to retain my services? Why should I respond to somebody I already was good to? 3 months, 4 months, he's never said anything. In fact, he disappeared with my money.
Are you guys hearing this? So these guys are going around in Africa. They are scamming people in Africa. They don't even want to pay for their visa fee, which is $50. So in the United States here, what makes these people think they can talk to a lawyer for free? Do they think this is pro bono? They think it's their public defender, because a lot of them are criminals. They think, oh, this is she's a public defender. So this is why when people are like, oh, these are not Pookies or Rares, what, you keep acting like one. They think Masi, the Kenyan lawyer, is their public defendant, defending them from a 7-Eleven robbery. This is crazy. So here we go.
Only realized that later. I called him, he didn't pick. I texted him, he didn't say anything. You're not my client. With me and him, he doesn't even know me. We've never even seen each other face to face. You understand? I've actually just seen his video today. Before that, actually today, the reason why I have a problem with Samira, and I'll come to that, is because Terence came to me with some craziness. You can look at all those emails that he sent to me. Those are insults. Even if you're Jesus Christ, if somebody comes with those insults, I'm just going to be like, okay, thank you, Terence. God bless. I tried, and I was still straight in the email, asking him, you're talking about you send JT money. You sent JT money while he was in the US. I hadn't even met JT. Even if you sent him while here, who did you send money to? JT's wife, not Mercy. Was Mercy.
So are you guys hearing this? So JT sounds like he's getting money from people, and instead of these people confronting JT, they're going after the Kenyan lawyer, insulting her. So the blacks are not showing, their best face in Kenya. So here we go.
Mercy anywhere in the contract? No. I told you guys the way I do business. So many Americans have reached out to me. Why would you send money electronically to somebody you've never even met? Terence said, I don't even think he's ever met JT. Why would you send 20,000 racks to somebody you've never even seen? Surely, let's just be logical here. There's attorneys. Tap in with attorneys. Look at my responses to him. Tap in with attorneys. Make sure you are correct. If I come to America today, do you think I'll just come there because I'm an attorney? No. I'll still tap in with attorneys. Get some connections. What I just can't go to Atlanta. Trust me, I can't. So I want to ask Terence, have you ever retained my services? No. Was I ever part of the contract between you and JT? Did I authorize you to wire funds to JT? Yes or no? Did I ever tell you, please send JT? No. Funds are wired through the attorney's law firm after land has been checked out. Do not send anybody money just because they're telling you, I'm selling land. And that's what.
So you hear the land scamming. So these people are sending money to JT because he is claiming that he's selling land to them. Where did this happen? Also, remember Ghana, Gambia. So this is happening in Kenya. So that same JT that just gave the interview talking about he is digging wells and stuff. Remember, guys, I told you it's just a cover. So now the lawyer is telling it all. It's telling it all. So the Pookies and Rares are scamming each other in Kenya. And if you're not a citizen in Kenya, you can't even own land. And the lawyer is going to say it here. Here we go.
Samira and the husband are trying to do. And they're cloud chasing using my name because it is wrong for you to take a screenshot. And Samira, baby, trust me, over here, I'm going to sue you. You're doing that because you're in America and I cannot touch you. I told you, God, do not. If any of you have anything against Mercy Baraza, if I have ever accepted any money or ever said.
Ooh, you guys are in big trouble. If a Kenyan woman tells you her name, her first name and last name, she is not joking. That means she means business. Mercy Barava is not playing. So you guys better understand this. So here we go.
Out to represent you, and I did it the wrong way. You lost your money or did anything? Please come forth. Please come forth. You understand? JT, I don't know if he listened to the audio I had the day before yesterday. I am not on YouTube. Think about it. It's 2 a.m. in the morning in Kenya right now. I can't keep following around channels, who's saying what, who's not saying what. No. And I've been a very good attorney to you guys. I have been to the best of my abilities. But right now, I'm looking at you guys sideways. You guys probably hate us the most. You understand? I'm over here trying to help the target. The person that has wronged you is a totally different person. Samira, stop cloud chasing with my name. I had a lot to say then when I was on the live with Kaskati, but I didn't. You know why? I don't have to, honey.
See, Kenyans must know. Did you guys see how they've turned this nice, noble Kenyan woman, a lawyer, into one of the hood Shiniquas? Now they got her into these hood wars, all the way from Nairobi, fighting with hood rats in Atlanta, New York, and Philadelphia. So this is what the blacks have been doing in Kenya. In Kenya. Here we go.
I do not have to. You understand? Most importantly, I addressed JT situation because most people don't know. Again, how do I go and start looking for people and texting them? I didn't even have Terence's number when he emailed me today. Bitch. He said a lot of things. You have cancer. Well, have you diagnosed me? Do you know anything about me? Terence doesn't even know how I look like, other than these photos. You understand? Timothy, me and you have met, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Have I ever even told you anything? I mean, you.
Oh man, it sounds like this Kenyan lawyer, she is ready for drama. The blacks think they got drama. She got drama for them all day. Yeah, look at this, light skin over there, Morticia in the corner. Now, all of a sudden, he talking about, yes, ma'am. He wasn't sounding like that before she came on. But here we go.
No, I can't really.
You are a person, down to earth, and from me meeting you, I can tell that you're a very good person.
Thank you. And I was mad at you earlier because you should have, remember, you can just reach out. Because the thing is, the reason why I'm mad at Samira and the husband, they want to join what JT was doing. Same shift, same transaction.
Yeah. Someone said, wait, Samira is not a hood rat. Well, Mimi Roberts, that's to be debated. Wait till Samira is going to call into this conversation. And the people are going to listen. We would determine if she's a hood rat or not. But I'll let this play. We would get a chance to hear Samira.
And I'm not going to let them do that in this country. I told Terence the same. You understand? Because it is wrong. Now that I know, the moment I realized NJT can come forth, he knows very well. He knows very well. And when I spoke, I said the truth. That is who I am. What attorney walks away from money? If he's coming and continues coming, and you actually know that he's coming, how many attorneys have called me and I've told them the truth and they've walked away? How many? What attorney walks away from work and money? What attorney? You understand? So I was actually constrained to come explain myself as brief as I could because there's a lot. If I decided to do screenshots today, we'll be here up to 4 days. Understand? I can't do that because I'm an attorney. So you cannot screenshot one part. This man has called me out of my name several times. And let me tell you, I always tell people, come to me correct, we'll deal correctly. You come to me crazy, we'll deal crazy. Samira, don't use my name for clout because I'll arrest you and have you deported. The same thing.
Do you guys hear that? So for her to say that means Samira was being a hood rat. So the Kenyan lawyer is saying, I'll get you arrested. So these guys are trying to sell land. You guys remember like Black Seed in Gambia? And the lawyers are clearly walking away from them, telling them, no, you cannot sell land to people. Like, you're not a Kenyan citizen. You cannot sell this land. And you have these other dummies. They are taking their money. They are sending it to JT without investigating, what it takes to own a land in Kenya. How are you just going to send your money to someone because you saw them, in a country, foreign country? You think you have the right to be there. It's crazy. She said, Bantu said, yes, Mercy, remind her she is on foreign soil. Exactly. Because I know many of you like to say, oh, because I'm black in Africa, I'm not a foreigner. No, you are a foreigner in these countries because you're not a citizen of these countries. That fantasy doesn't work. But here we go.
You still did to JT because that is wrong. Don't slander my name. Do not call me out of my. I have never taken anything. I would never take anything from you. You understand? I would never. For me, you have to retain my services as an attorney of the High Court of Kenya, and then I represent you. You understand? You cannot say we are all 1,000,001. I have been a friend to you, guys. My clients know, all Americans. Thank you so much for all those people who've been, having my back. I didn't need to tell anybody anything. You understand? Because usually you will get vindicated at the very end. I don't need to come on live. Samira, honey, please get the facts right. You are in Kenya 30 days. I've been here with Americans almost 3 years. JT has been here you don't know nothing. You know nothing. And some of these things we can't talk about. I told you. And for me, sending her screenshots was to show her, look, there's this ongoing case that I'm a witness. It's a RICO charge. I'm an attorney and I know better. You cannot keep speaking on the case.
You see, the blacks are bringing their RICO charges with them to Africa. So they're dealing with FBI. So some of these people are certified criminals. They're bringing cases from the USA all the way to Kenya. So here we go.
There's a specific client of mine who cannot come on live and do any of these things because there's an ongoing case. You understand? If the feds call me for clarification, I'm an attorney. What do you guys want me to do? Of course, I'll tell them what I know regarding JT. You understand? So Terence, in his feelings, sends me emails and then sends Samira, if you want subscribers, because I don't need YouTube, you need YouTube. I don't want to get there. I don't want to be a hater. Do whatever you're doing as a black woman, sing your songs, do your business, but listen, freehold land, you cannot sell freehold land to fellow Americans. I told you guys, you cannot. You cannot.
Do you guys hear that? You cannot sell freehold land to other Americans in Kenya. You're getting it from a lawyer. Here we go.
And I used to tell JT this information. He goes to YouTube, twists, he says it, but then now he's claiming you guys should have had your attorneys. I don't know what things that he's pretending he didn't know. And he knew from the onset. I have contracts with him, messages, phone calls, everything. So if somebody has met me, when Timothy, you met me,
yes,
I told you the whole truth. I told you there's nothing. Don't go to Makweni. That is contested land. That land has been bought 1,000 times over. Didn't I say that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So for somebody to come up, just because I didn't meet you, Samira, you have to pay me. You understand? I'm in Africa. You are in America. Do you know how many hours I hustle per day to work to be able to put food?
So so these people go to Africa, they think that a lawyer should, represent them for free. That's so ghetto. So here we go.
On the table. And still, I'm a rich Kenyan, by the way. I don't know about her, but I don't need to slander anybody because it's wrong for you to say anything against somebody who's never done anything. All I showed her was Samira. I'm the one who told Samira to go to the cops because I asked her, what are you talking about? She said she bought 1,000 square feet.
Oh, okay. So, correction. He said, no, he got the RICO for scamming in Africa. Okay. So they're saying the RICO charge is from scamming in Africa. So those of you that think like you can actually do your scamming in Africa. So this case right here proves the FBI can actually get involved. You can get a RICO charge scamming in Africa. So those of you that want to do the scamming, here we go. So this is crazy. He's getting a RICO charge for scamming in Kenya. So be careful, guys.
I told her you can't do that. All the information she has with Timothy came off on me, casting out. I told her I cannot proceed with your husband. Who the hell are these people? Yeah. So he actually tried to apologize. I said, no, we're done. Why would I pick your calls? First of all, she was calling me when I'm in court. So every time she called me, I wasn't available. Again, leave a message. Tell me, hi, I'm so and so, this and that. There's been so many Americans who've contacted me and then gone back. Some in Portugal. I'm sure they're listening. And they're Americans. They have homes in Portugal. Good Americans have reached out to me. Rich Americans, leave alone some of these trolls and cloud chasers. You cannot, let me tell you, somebody who is Russians, because I am Russians. If anybody can come up and say, she said this, or she's come with me, even JT, I put him on notice. Please come out. Say, when I realized there's clients of mine that I realized he's scammed. So then he said, yo, they need to get their own attorney. I can't repeat. I said, no.
Did you guys hear that? She's the people that JT scammed. So he's been called a scammer by an attorney. So here we go.
And they did not have money. He had more money than them. He wanted me to drop them. But I said, no, I'm going to stand with them.
Do you guys see that? So he's trying to use good old American capitalism. So he collected their money that made him a bit more richer than them. So now he's trying to, use this money to tell this attorney to drop those people so that they don't have any defense.
Truth. It doesn't matter. I have rich clients. I have poor clients. I have middle class clients. You understand? It is my law firm. It's a one-man show. I don't need, I don't know what. And I told him no so many times. For a very long time, me and him have not worked together. Ask yourself what attorneys. My name is a powerhouse. That's why everybody's clinging on it. He knows that. Once he used to do a video, Mercy, people, I don't know, do what and what. Because for me, I'm straight. And I really do not want to ever come back to YouTube and do this and that because I'm an attorney. I don't have to. He said, oh boy, I thought I was going to come live in your house when JT put me out.
I did not say that. See, you're a liar.
Okay, so guys, I'm going to have Samara. Samara is going to talk to the attorney because somebody was saying she is not a hood rat. So guys, listen to this conversation and determine if she's delusional or she's a delusional hood rat. Here we go.
Hit that link, baby.
Please call Terrence as well. Let's address everybody today.
Hey, Terrence, if you still there, he said something about he got to go to work. He was at work. But if you still there, Terrence, pull up real quick.
Is there anybody else as well? I want everybody else to pull up.
Oh man, the Kenyan lawyer wants them to pull up. So she
Samara and Timothy, be respectful or I will cut you off. Don't be trying to overtalk with y'all. Let Samara talk. Timothy, just don't even say nothing, bro.
I don't want to talk to Timothy. I'll only talk to Samira.
Yeah,
that's very live.
Yeah.
So guys, while he's trying to get, so he's getting the lady called Samara, and I want you guys to hear how this woman speaks.
Yeah, Mercy got time.
Okay,
come on,
because
you're not gonna play with my name. And anybody who has said anything crazy, I live here. I'm an attorney here. It's not a threat. I'm gonna sue you legally. Do not speak on. You don't know. We are quiet because there's a RICO charge, and I'm a witness.
Yes.
Do you understand? I'm a witness. I'm not gonna do this again.
I mean, if it's some things, you can't say, Mercy, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we know how serious it is. People act like they don't know, but they see what's going on with Young Thug right now. Because a lot of people think this is a game. This is not a game. That's why JT been saying, "Oh, better be back in 3 or 4 days," because he's ready for me to come tell my side too.
And actually, Katkati, do you know the reason why he got in Kenya quick and went back? It's because of me. Why is somebody else taking credit for that? Why is he running? It's because of me, Samira. Please get him.
Yes, I'm at her right now.
You know, guys, these black terrorists in Kenya, need to learn how to follow the laws,
so,
guys.
Hold on real quick, cuz so I see you apologize again, right?
Yeah, my bad. Misunderstanding. It was a misunderstanding. But we didn't know it was old boy paperwork. We thought it was y'all paperwork.
But here's the thing, though. He reached out to me.
There we go.
Why you, Samira?
I don't know. You tell me, Mercy.
I don't know. You tell me what the problem is with me. Do you know me?
Do you
have
know,
I ever taken anything from you?
No, I do not know you. And why would I offer your
have you ever retained my services, Samira?
Did you ever tell me the price to retain your services, Mercy?
Do you guys see how combative and uncooperative this woman is? Did I not tell you guys that this hood behavior has been brought to Africa? So how, like, how can somebody work with her? This is how she responds. So you think you were talking to the attorney that is free? Come on now, Marcy. You've been dealing with criminals long enough. If you yourself you're not a criminal, if you're from the hood, you've dated some of them. If you're not already dating them, so you don't talk to lawyers for free. So don't play that game over here. Here we go.
Samira, you have to ask me that. You have to ask me. You have to ask to retain me.
And that's not true.
Samira, you have to ask me to retain me. And initially I had accepted. Do you remember? Do you remember I said I was going to represent you guys?
Answer the question, Mercy.
Yeah.
Did you tell me how much your services was to retain you?
Okay, let me ask you a question, okay?
Oh, answer
as I respond.
Answer
Samira.
that question. I'm not gonna answer a
fine,
question.
Samira. When you first called me, Samira, when you first called me, what did you call me for? Did you call me to retain my services?
Mercy, you are a lawyer, okay?
Samira, please let's not play those games. When you called me, what did you say? You called
Do you see this? So somebody will say, "Oh, Samira is not hood." So this hood behavior has been transferred all the way to Africa. Lord, who opened up the hood? Who opened up Africa to the hood? This is what I need to know. Remember when what's his name? Meek Mill was saying he is opening the hood to Ghana. I was like, oh man, Africa, we are in trouble. Little did I know it was too late. The real hood is coming to Africa. It's already there. Game over for Kenya. That's right. The game is over for Kenya. So you're seeing it. So Samira is not hood, right? What is she? She's over here combative. She know, first of all, fine. She should have asked the lawyer what the fees were. She should have asked. But she's over here arguing with the lawyer. So now this lawyer named Marcy is going to, what do you think Marcy is going to do? Marcy is going to tell the other lawyers in Kenya about you guys, especially you, Samira. So your problems that you're having in Kenya, how are you going to get a lawyer? You're over here, trying to put lawyers on EBT. Alex said Kenya needs to start accepting EBTs, EBT for lawyer. Yeah, this is what's going on in Kenya. Here we go.
Tell me about JT.
You're not being respectful. I just
What
asked
do you
you
mean?
a question. If we're here to talk like queens, I just asked you a question. You're the professional. I'm asking you a question. Did you ever
Can I answer?
It costs to retain your services?
Can I answer? Samira, you called me crazy because JT had you.
Answering the question.
I'm responding. Samira, I'm responding. You did not call me.
You're saying that I did not want to pay you any money, and I'm asking you, when do we ever?
Guys, imagine this woman was supposed to represent them in Kenyan court. In the Kenyan court. So, guys, how many court cases have I talked about here? Didn't I remember we talked about court cases in Gambia too? Court cases in America. So it's like wherever some people go, court cases seem to arise. So she's over here, she's a queen. Look at how the queen is behaving. She's not gonna be able to find any lawyer in Kenya. She's over here arguing with this lawyer. Other lawyers are gonna watch it, and she won't be able to find a lawyer.
Ever discuss how much you charge to retain your services?
When you wanted me to take you to the police station, I said, no, Samira, you have to pay me. You said, oh boy, I thought I was going to come live in your house when JT put me out.
I did not say that. See, you're a liar. Now,
really?
What we won't do is we won't lie.
So let me ask you, Samira. Let me ask you, Samira. In America, do you call attorneys for free to chat and tell them your problems? Do you do that in America when you're calling me?
Oh,
did you have any intentions of paying me?
Paying your services, yes or no? Don't y'all think you should answer that question?
Who did what? You wanted to retain my services, yeah? You see, Samira.
See, now Samira is stalling. So Samira got kicked out in Kenya, so she was homeless. Let's just call. So you see these people. So you go to Kenya. So JT kicks her out. She's homeless, and she was asking to try to go live with the lawyer, but she's over here denying it. Yeah, transatlantic scamming. That's what's going on here.
We are dwelling on non-issues. When you call me, when you call an attorney,
that's important. Because hold on, babe. Because you're saying that I did not want to pay for your services.
You didn't. You wanted it for free.
That's a legitimate question.
Samira, can you let me answer? When you call me, Samira, you are in distress. Fast things fast. You are in distress. You called me so many times. I was unavailable. Then you sent me a text message. So then I reached back to you. You told me your story. You were in distress. You told me what JT had done to you.
First of all, initially,
let me finish, Samira. Let me finish, Samira. Can I finish? Can I finish, Samira?
Because you're lying. When we initially
really?
Because when we initially, I can say, come on, let Queen talk.
So you are calling me for free?
Listen.
You're calling me for free?
When I initially talked to you, it was in front of the First Lady of St. Rita Church. Okay? She talked to you and told you what I was going through. I didn't tell you that. Is that right or wrong?
Okay,
so how
Samira.
Would you know I was in distress?
Let's use our brains. Whenever I call any attorney, a plumber, or anybody, I know I have to pay them. Samira, you didn't think you were supposed to pay me? You didn't think you're supposed to pay me? Was it a charity?
Mercy, did you initially talk to me or did you talk to the First Lady of St. Rita Catholic Church?
I spoke to you first, Samira.
No, you didn't.
Because I don't talk to people I don't know.
You're lying, Mercy.
Oh my God.
You're lying,
Mercy. Oh my God. Samira.
You're lying.
Samira, listen. You see,
okay,
your husband is still
the First Lady on the phone.
Absolutely.
Do we need to get the First Lady on the phone?
Samira, you need to speak the truth. Let me tell you, when you call attorneys in America, do you call attorneys in America for free? You call them to chit chat? So when you
lie on people
what did you expect?
As a lawyer? Do you lie as people as a lawyer saying that?
I don't think this will be resolved.
Do you guys see this? Remember, this is what the white people have to deal with, people. Yeah. Do you guys see this now? That's right. This is what the white people have to deal with. So they're talking, oh, we're going to leave America for racism. So now Kenya is seeing the type of racism they are running away from. We've already learned in Gambia, Ghana, and other places. So, and they want to come up with this fake law they create for themselves because since they are not citizens of Kenya, apparently she's pregnant, so they're gonna put the land in the name of their child because they think the child is going to be a Kenyan. But in Kenya, you cannot put a land in a minor's name. Plus, the baby is still a foreign baby. That baby is an American baby. So here we go.
Hey, wait.
This lady is out of her mind.
No, you're out of your mind. As a professional.
Listen, Samira, I'm not for free. Sorry, honey. Let me tell you, I'm not for free. You and your husband were broke. You and your husband are broke. You are looking for free legal services, and you wanted to take advantage of me because you should have called me before you left America.
You're going to have to prove that.
You are here, woman. You are here 2 weeks. You never reached out to me. Why did you call me? Why did you call me 2 weeks after being here? You should have. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can prove it in court. Yes, Samira, because I'm suing you. I'm not suing you, Samira. I am suing you, Samira. Okay, please tell that man to keep quiet. I'm talking to Samira.
Mercy, go ahead.
So this is who is coming to Kenya. This is who is in Kenya. Bantu Queen, please make sure you cook some ugali and welcome your new neighbors.
Talk, Samira, I'm unmute you. You muted. I'm unmute you. Let her talk right quick, and then I'm gonna let you speak. Mercy, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask her a question.
Yeah, let me answer her question. Samira is asking me. She didn't know how much, but Samira, use your head. When you speak to an attorney, are you going to keep speaking to an attorney for free? You call my phone, you said on live that she didn't answer. I have called Samira. I wasn't just sitting somewhere waiting for your call. I reached out to you later. We spoke. You should have thought about it. I don't know where she's gone. Please bring her back.
She got to come back. They left.
She ran away.
Let me ask you something. When you call an attorney, do you call an attorney on free business? Or at the back of your mind, you know that you are supposed to pay this attorney?
Yeah, even in America, the attorney's not even for consultation.
Consultation. Yeah. And then I'm asking Samira, I told her to go to the police station. She wanted me to go with her. Free. I just leave my law firm and take her because she's in distress and she's pregnant? No, I can't do that. And it's wrong because they already think we'll make her work for us for free. You see that mentality? We are arguing about my legal services being free or not instead of addressing JT situation and her, because I want us to get there. The real issue here is the scamming of the land. Right now, listen, I'm not for free, and I still spoke to her for free and told her to go to the cops for free. Asked her, where does JT live? The driver told me where JT lives, okay? Go to Kasarani police station. What do? I told her everything she needs to do. Get the copies, take them to the cops. You know, and she was there, she's like, Mercy needs to be in the contract. The cops told her no.
Do you guys hear this? What do all these people have in common? Land scamming. You know, land scamming. Mike says she wanted a welfare lawyer. That's right. She wanted to pay her with EBT. And then she started getting belligerent. Judy, I see you in the back there. Just hang tight. Guys, the link is in the chat. Hit the link. Hit the link. Her EBT ran out in Kenya. The lawyer is like, nah, we don't take EBT over here.
We cannot put somebody's name in a contract, somebody who's not even here, not part of this. You see, we also have laws. That's why it was easy for JT to get out within 2 days. Understand? She accepted a very funny arrangement, an extra $6,000. That's greedy mentality, Samira, and I know you're listening. Greedy mentality. You've taken somebody to the police station. Why are you accepting half-ass deals? He took your money, you're saying he put you out. Why are you very ready to get into a contract? And then she left. He was left there, distressed, but he still left the police station. Why did you accept the offer? Say no. Have him deported. Have him deported. Have his fingerprints taken. Did you ensure his fingerprints were taken? Because had they been taken, he would be a criminal here in this country. His visa can't be approved, but you let him go, Samira. You let him go. You went home. You got tired. How do you get somebody to the police station and you leave? Would you come with me? Are you paying me for anything? Because I was actually having court. So right now we're arguing about who spoke to who first. You didn't tell me how much. Use your head. Use your brain, lady. If I call a plumber today in my house or mechanic, I already know I have to pay them. You understand? And I told Samira, my charges, I told her my charges, how much I'm charging. Are you here for long? She said, no. I'm only here till the baby is born. How do I know about the baby? We want to put the title in the baby's name. I said, wait a minute. This is also a scam. Please, Samira, come back.
Do you guys hear this? Trying to pull a scam, a baby scam, to put documents in the, lands in the baby's name. Go ahead, Marcy.
Don't run away. And I'm so hot. That's why I'm speaking like this.
Oh man,
I don't
the
even
Kenyan woman is too hot.
They want to put the title in a baby's name. The baby hasn't been born yet. She was here, and
you guys hear this?
JT won because JT was like, I was in there for only 2 days. I was disappointed. Why do you leave him? Let him take once his fingerprints are taken, that's it. He cannot get clearance certificates. He won't get his visa easy. But she gave up. She left. And I told her to go to the police station. Can you come with me? Are you paying me? No. So is this even official? She talks about professionalism. I'll speak to you like a street chick, and I'll speak to you as an attorney. So you choose. Retain my services, and I'll speak to you like an attorney. If you come to me crazy with lies, I specifically told Samira, let's speak me and you. Don't bring the husband. It's like she can't function without him. And I'm suing you, Samira. I'm suing you for everything you've been saying. Have you ever seen me? No. I didn't know how much I'm supposed to pay you. No, Samira, attorneys are not for free. Why would you start? Please come over.
Exactly. So the blacks are looking to get welfare attorneys in Kenya. But as you guys heard, Mercy Barava, the Kenyan lawyer, is saying no. So this drama, guys, is not only in Ghana and Gambia. So the link is in the chat. Hit the link. Come and join the conversation. Judah, welcome to the Afro Diamonds Report and Kenyan Reactor. See you too. Judah, how's it going?
Oh, Afridemos, it's going actually well. It's been a while. How you doing, man?
I am well. I am well. So Judah, you see the blacks are taking their drama to Kenya. But before that, did you see the interview JT talking about helping the youths of
Of
Burkina
course,
Faso not to become terrorists?
of course,
Is that okay? Go ahead.
of course. I watched the interview, but I don't even have to watch it because I've been with JT for a while, and JT is a really good guy. When JT got to Burkina Faso, he went to Burkina Faso because I think it was a Burkina guy that came to the hospital when he got shot several times in Atlanta, Georgia. Um, I think one of them, I think he was a CNA guy, in a medical hospital in Atlanta. JT started talking to him, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Burkina Faso. I got an organization in Burkina." So after JT treatment in the hospital, he flew to Burkina Faso. When JT got there, he saw how the situation was in Burkina Faso. He was speechless. Um, uh,
What do
um,
you
um,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
oh man, the poverty rate, the dustiness, people starving, no water, no access to water, and all these things. JT left.
What do you mean people starving?
JT left Burkina Faso and
You
came
mean
back to
like you
United.
mean like Ethiopia starving?
Oh, of course, even yeah, all these places, Kenya, Burkina Faso, Ethiopians, they are semi-arid. The days that is soon overtaking these countries. If K is not taken by 2050, these countries will soon become desertic. But this is what happened in Burkina Faso. JT came back to United States to reinforce. JT was a big artist, by the way. If you don't know, he was one of the guys that produced the game, American artist. So he produced a lot of artists, even the Migos. JT produced them. So JT is not somebody that is broke. JT has money. He has been on the top floor of American fame. So JT is not any kind of person. If you want to know that. So JT flew back to Ivory Coast. From Ivory Coast, he did a little projects in Ivory Coast, and then he went back to Burkina. In Burkina, he went to the communities. He started giving
So
rice.
so so he was saving them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was giving rice to communities. Like every week, JT
But
we buy
but
like
Judah,
50.
but
Let,
but Judah.
let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
I'm giving you. I know JT more than probably you do, so I'm giving you a little heads
You-
up.
Well,
JT bought like
wait,
50.
wait. We know that, but you don't know his legal situations. You saying he's got money, but the way he's acting,
let,
it
let
doesn't
me
sound like he
finish. Let
has
me
money.
finish. Let me
Okay.
finish. Let me finish. JT, every week, JT, we buy bag rice, 50 bag rice to communities in Burkina Faso. He built boreholes in
No, he
in
never said
communities.
borehole, Judah. Even he himself did not claim borehole. He said well. We just heard him.
Right, the borehole is well. Yeah,
No.
he bought.
Borehole, Judah, borehole is not a well.
Oh, okay. I mean, but the well that he built, it was serving water to Burkina based people in Burkina, and then in return they gave him land. you know they gave him land in return. I think he bought the land. They show him a piece of land. He bought it, and that was when a lot of African Americans started coming in. But this is the thing: JT doesn't speak French. He doesn't speak the Burkina Faso language, the Moore and stuff. And the guys that he had around him were all Burkina based, so they scammed him. That was where the problem started, because these guys were communicating to the Burkina base in Moore, and then when they come to JT and speak in English, they overtake money from him
But Judah,
and do stuff.
Judah, Judah,
They-
Judah,
So
JT himself is not even claiming what you are claiming. He never
no,
they
no, no, no.
scammed
He
him.
will not play. He did not, because the interview that he had on this video, maybe it was short. I've seen a lot of I followed JT from where he started his lifestyle in Burkina.
So
How
so
he
so wait, so you're blaming the Burkina Bears are the ones that turned him into a scammer?
they did scam him. There was one. See, if not of JT, let me tell you, JT bought a lot of good things in Burkina Base, like in Burkina Faso. If not of
Like what?
when JT was in Burkina Faso, the tourism industry grew from zero to the top because most African Americans were visiting Burkina Faso. Most of them were living in hotels. Most of them were spending money over there. You know, so the industry, the tourism industry grew bigger. Even this guy that is doing this video right now, they call him Curtis Kut. He was in Burkina Faso for a while. He's of JT that he came to Burkina Faso and other guys. So JT was when JT left Burkina Faso, everything started crumbling. So JT is not a small guy that say he this coming.
Okay,
JT
okay,
started
Jude.
scamming.
What about Kenya? What about what he's?
Okay. When
he's
JT, let me tell you, say James, stay quiet, let me finish. Say James, stay quiet, let me finish. Say James, can you
That's
say?
not St. James. That's not St. James. Hold on,
Right, I
Jude.
mean, okay, stay quiet, let the guy stay. No, stay quiet, young man. Who the heck is you? Stay
Jude,
quiet, let me
hold
finish.
on.
Then you gonna
Hold
go
on,
ahead and
Jude.
talk.
Hold on, Jude.
Yeah,
Calm down. Calm down.
yeah, but let this guy stay quiet. Who is this guy?
It's me, Kenya's
Yeah,
reactor.
stay quiet, man. Your turn is gonna come, you're gonna talk. Stay quiet. Are you new on panels? When on panels, people talk and then you stay quiet. When they're done, then you go ahead and do your own talking.
Okay, okay, Jude.
You're giving us information which is not right.
No,
Hold on,
yes,
hold on,
that's why
hold
you
on,
stay quiet.
Kenyan reactor. Hold on, Kenyan reactor. You get a chance. Jude.
Exactly.
So, Jude, what about what he's been accused of being a scammer? You heard the
Okay.
Kenyan lawyer. This
I
is
heard,
RICO. He's got a RICO charge. So,
exactly.
what?
When JT left Burkina because of the things, because when JT left Burkina because one of his homie that came to Burkina, started mingling with other Burkina Faso guys. They took him somewhere and things happened. He got shot, and because of this, JT had to spend.
But Judah, you just heard JT himself said he is the one filming. He went to the army base. Why are
Yeah,
you
the guy
blaming?
went to the army base, but when he got in Burkina Faso, JT told him to come closer to him. He said no. He got in the airport he met certain Burkina Faso guys and he went around with them. That was one of the things. So he did not know his way in and out. So he went to the air base and got shot. So because of that, JT sent back his wife from Burkina Faso back to America. And because of that, there was fear. JT have to leave Burkina Faso and went to Kenya. And when JT got in Kenya, Kenya is also drying out. Kenya is also
Judah,
running out of.
Judah, so
Yeah,
are you, Judah? People are saying maybe JT paid you to defend him.
No. JT, I've been following JT for a while. JT is not any kind of guy that scam people. Now, this is what happened in Kenya when JT arrived in Kenya. JT arrived in Kenya, even the land that JT bought in Kenya. JT was scamming that land because they took him to a desertic place in Kenya. Kenya, apart from Western Kenya, where you have Eldoret, where it's closer to Uganda, where there's a lot of trees and stuff. Part of Kenya is all desert. There's no water. The land is soon drying off and stuff. So the land
So
that
he was saving them. He was saving the Kenyans too.
exactly. So the land that they gave to JT, I think the lawyer was the one that got involved because in one video that I watched, JT said the land that they sold him was all desert. It wasn't productive. So JT started bringing in, started building containers home for all these Kenyans, helping them out. JT gave a lot of Kenyans hope. He gave them food, gave them water. Even the lawyers, this lawyer that is talking about bullshit.
But
JT
Judah, how
fed
do you know this? How do you know this?
Come on, man. JT fed this lawyer for a while. Without JT, this lawyer wouldn't have a job. Even this lawyer is communicating now with foreigners in America. Before, this lawyer didn't have the opportunity to communicate with foreigners. Come on, man. So,
Okay.
I mean, JT sold lands in Kenya. So the problem of scamming came in because JT started selling lands in Kenya. And the lands that JT was selling was the land that he bought. But because they say he couldn't sell the lands because he wasn't a Kenyan citizen, that was where the problem started. And they started calling him a scammer. But JT is not that kind of guy. JT has his own money. So I'm going to cut it short and say JT is a good guy, man. He helped Kenyans. He helped Burkina Faso. If not of JT, most of these guys will have been starving. So that's it.
All right. Kenyan reactor, go ahead. Kenyan reactor, unmute yourself.
Thank you, April Dawa. Thank you. I'm already unmuted.
Thank you.
I would want to differ with my brother a little bit because I'm a Kenyan
fix your mic? You're a bit low.
Okay, is it now loud?
Yes, much better. So, okay, go ahead.
But so I will want to differ a little bit. In matters, if we are discussing on this panel, I think I'll better stand when I speak for Kenya. So I wouldn't want to speak about much about Burkina Faso. So the case that has all brought all this discussion is something that happened in Kenya, and it's because the lawyer or the advocate stand her feet ground and told JT the reality of how the land transaction is being undertaken. For a minute, JT got mad about that situation, and he has even claimed many times that he cannot be allowed to do the way he wants. You cannot just do things the way you want. There is a law in every country.
Is it because he's feeding Kenyans, like Judah said?
All that feeding nonsense, sorry to say, nobody asked him to do it. He did it on his own. Well and good. That's good for him. But no one asked you. So, and before, because Almighty Judah said that Kenyans
You
were
see how
starving.
Africans are ungrateful, very
You have to keep
ungrateful.
quiet.
Judah, don't interrupt him.
You
Judah.
have to keep quiet. Before JT came, Kenyans were living. They didn't die. And also Judah said the lawyer did not have any job. But JT came to Kenya and found the lawyer in the office, meaning they could pay the rent. So meaning they had jobs. So please don't speak up on the lawyer. I'm not even speaking for the lawyer, but I'm speaking on facts. Things JT found things were running in Kenya. People were feeding themselves, even if the country is drying. And actually, for a fact, let me tell you, Judah, not Kenya is drying. We have to know we are in the tropics. We are in the equator crosses Kenya. In the month of right now, as you are speaking, south of Kenya is wet. In April, north of Kenya will be wet. So there is that. If you're not from Kenya, you wouldn't understand that. So don't speak for Kenya, please. That's one. Another thing, Afrodomus, I want to say because I've been reacting on JT too. JT came to Kenya, did a whole PR system, feeding mamas, feeding babies, which is good. No one denies anybody in Kenya to do that. Everyone is allowed to do that. Even a Kenyan is allowed to do that. But he went back, trashing Kenyans, that with the rich people are not helping. He has never had that. He only stayed in Kenya for 2 years. He wants to do things on his own. He doesn't regard the law. And I'm not even shocked to see a RICO case that was on him. And I even told him, if you have something to say, why don't you come out to say? Because everybody has said, Mercy has said, Kaskari has said, but when you ask JT fumbles. JT comes abusive. And I'm not saying JT is a bad person. I'm just saying he did wrong in Kenya. And that's it. It's not that he all his career has been marvelous. He came to Kenya, he got some Kenyan app developers. He was given the best of the best. Whatever the Kenyans offered him, they gave him traffic. It was downloaded.
Put a lot of Kenyan artists
all
on
the
the
codings
map.
are done by Kenyans.
Judah, stop interrupting.
A lot of Kenyans. Come on, man. You cannot disregard what
you told me
JT
to
did.
shut up. You told me to shut up. No, please. You can't continue breaking another person. So JT he came to do something good for himself, but he also decided to do an extra hand to help the people. But that is a PR stand. But what happened between him and his brothers is what is now ailing us, and it is also putting our name in problem, because if it had ended in Burkina Faso, that could be well. But the case, even at the RICO charge, it is mentioned in Kenya. So we are, as a Kenyan reactor, I decided to go ahead and find out more. And still we are still discovering more. And I even said, which time JT opens up, we'll open up. And today he has opened up, he has given a lot of evidence. And because we are continuing, he will be opening up.
So what do you think about
one thing I want to understand
the lady named Samara's behavior?
Okay, I said I wouldn't want to go into behavior. I would want to deal with the case at hand, which was the land fraud. And I want to end there, because You know, if we go to the behavior, yes, I know it contributes to everything, but I want to, you know, somebody can be wrong. Samaya could be wrong. JT could be wrong. But what we are looking into, even when I'm reacting, I've never mentioned their family, and I never want to wish even mention their family or involve their family. I want to not even involving JT. Actually, my whole scenario is not involving the JT. It's like, was there a mistake done? Yes. Was it done? No. That is where I'm actually lying on. Nothing else. About the characters involved is not important, because at the end of the day, we are protecting the country. And I want to beg to take a rest.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to St. James. St. James, are you there?
Hey, Afridamus, man. What's poppin'?
St. James, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Hey, I'm laughing at Judy, man. I don't know. I don't.
So, St. James, are you there? Oh man, you're in the met. You're breaking down. Hold on, St. James, you're having a network glitch. St. James, are you there? Go ahead, say something, St. James. You're muted. Unmute
Yeah, I'm
yourself.
here. I'm sorry, bro.
Okay, now you sound better.
Can you hear
Go
me now?
ahead. We didn't hear anything you said. Now I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hey, man. I was laughing at Judy, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to speak, man, but I'm laughing at Judy right now.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So
Your
St. James,
your
you
bro's
heard
wild, man.
so like you said, JT came to Burkina Faso and saved the youths from joining Al Qaeda and other terrorist group. And like Judah said, he was feeding the people and he was digging wells. And you're from Burkina Faso. Like, what's the deal with JT? How are you guys thankful how much he's done for Burkina Faso?
Let me put it this way for the people to understand, man. Like Afrodamus, I promise not to take shot at any black person, whatever the situation may be. Anybody that wants to go to Africa and hustle, I don't have a problem. I don't want to speak on you. I don't want to speak on your business. But for this one, we gotta get the facts right, just for the sake of the conversation. I came across that guy, through YouTube, man. A lot of people didn't even know him. We are a francophone country. A lot of people don't speak English. I just went to a friend's house and he was watching YouTube. He was like, "Yeah, there is this African American in Burkina, man. You know about him?" I was like, "Let me watch." We watched together, and I was like, he was giving a statement about him being a rapper in America and all that. I Googled him a little bit. I was like, okay, this what's up. For the first year, I believe, the dude, honestly, he was, to me, right, he was doing the right thing, like the guy from Kenya, he was presenting videos about how he takes care of the youth, and he was giving to the elders and whatever he was doing, I was like, yeah, that's what's up. Do your thing. Next thing you know, issues, drama in Burkina Faso. I was like, whoa, I'm
You're
like,
right.
what's going on with the bro, man? I was like, I was caught up in a few things, but I was able to watch a few videos and they sent
Are
him
you
there
there?
to save the kids. Who sent you over here?
So
Yeah, can you
St.
hear me?
James, was he in? Did you guys invite him to come? First class ticket.
Now, if your friend invite you, the country didn't invite you. If your friend invited you or somewhere, that's what it is. Your friend invited you. I believe someone. I don't even know. He said someone invited him over to Burkina. If that's the case, then that's what it is. The government, nobody
Well, it
ever
was
reached out to him
to
to
come
save
and save the
anybody, man.
youths. He
Nah,
said,
that never happened. That never happened. So listen, when he was here, what was he doing? Like partying in his house and having people come over, spit some rap. That's what he was doing. So who you saving? Who you saving? Have you seen him in a village talking to the kid? Like, come on, man. You can't even go to this this area.
So he was
So he
mostly
was in the city.
throwing
It
parties.
was in the parties in the city. It doesn't live far where I live. That's what he was doing.
So what do you
Most of
make
the
of
video
his
that I watched from him were
what do you
go ahead.
make of his story about when he said he ended up in the army base and he stood his ground? What do you make of
Nah,
that?
man, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Listen, no, what ground he stood, man? In front of this soldier? Are you kidding me? He got his ass whooped. That's what happened. He got his ass whooped, and he came back home. Just tell the story, man. Come on. He got his
So
ass whooped.
are you surprised to
go to this
hear
military. Uh-huh.
are you surprised to hear what's
You don't go to this
happened? You know,
military base and stand your ground.
so are you surprised to hear his adventures in Kenya?
Bro, let me before I get to the Kenyan part, right? Your boy was saying that, what he said. He said, I forgot. He said you know, in Burkina, even he was in Burkina, he was promoting the country. So he got to Judah, right? Maybe he got maybe 5 or 10 people from the United States visiting Burkina, man. So if our tourism picked up because 10 people came from the United States, that's a blessing. God bless them. It's over 10 people that came, and most of these people they bought land from him. What happened? That dude never had an issue with anybody from Burkina. He got issue with his own people. All these people that bought land from him, they end up getting in a situation with him, not with us. So he's trying to turn the situation to make it seem like people scammed him. Everybody gets scammed over here. I get scammed.
Judah said the people in Burkina scammed him first. They thought
for
he
how
said they thought
much?
him.
You know what happened? You know what happened when he was over here, right?
Right.
He was telling these kids, so his friend is Snoop Dogg, his friend is Dr. Dre, and he was showing old picture to these kids. So these people are on the come up. What's going to happen? Big boy got money. He gave somebody $100. Ain't nobody going to bring you no change. That's what these kids were doing. He sent this kid with money, they don't return the change. So he's talking, he said this is scamming. It's not scamming. These people are looking up to you like big bro. So you hanging up with this little kid in the neighborhood who don't even see like $50 a week. So, and you showing all this picture talking about you big bro, you got all these rich friends in America. Guess what's going to happen? You don't need your change back. That's what this kid just did. It's not about scamming. He has no proof about anybody that's scammed him in Burkina. Nothing whatsoever.
Well,
He never made a claim about that.
Judah said JT's got lots of money.
Wow. To do what?
I mean, because he's saying he was buying bags of rice for people in Burkina Faso.
Alpha Damos, he got to go find me. He got to go find me in a YouTube channel, telling people we need to help the people. So whatever he was doing in Burkina, even in Kenya, he was getting it for anybody that was giving him money. So I don't know how much came out of his own pocket, but I don't know how much he paid for himself. So that's what it is. So the bags of rice, man, listen, you're an African, I'm an African. We got family members. People get fed over here on a daily basis, and they don't put that on TV, they don't put that on videos. JT is not the first one to feed people in any African country. So come on, man. So because he put in a video, you think he's feeding people for real? Come on, stop that, man. Stop that. There's a lot of people to be fed in Africa. Don't get me wrong, but come on, the way you going about it.
Well, it sounds like Judah was fanboying he was the one going hard.
Well, listen, he's doing that based on what? Based on video that the guys put on YouTube, man. Are you serious, man? Nobody scammed that boy over here in Burkina. Nobody did. Listen, all the people he met, I told you, all the people he met, I know the people. These are close people. I don't even want to disclose that yet. Even the land in Burkina, I know all of that. But I never got into his business because I was like, yeah, if you want to do the right thing, do you? But I'm like, next thing you know, he's jumping to Kenya and talking smack about Burkina. Nobody took your money, bro. Nobody took his money over here. So he did some bad business, and the same people he tried to bring to Burkina Faso got fed up with him. You know, that's what happened. Anything else is just a fallacy. Nobody took this dude money, man. These kids, listen, we feed these people over here. We don't even mind doing that. So you're the one who put yourself out there. You hanging out with lames and people who ain't got nothing. Look at the videos. He was hanging with. Come on, man. You can't do that.
Interesting. Let's bring in Kidola. Kidola, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Thank you, bro.
Kidola, I can hear you loud and clear. Kidola, are you? What do you make of the interview? Are you familiar with this JT guy?
I watched some of his video when he was in Burkina Faso.
So now they're in Kenya, and you're seeing the same drama in Kenya. You see the lawyer having the discussion with the black woman. What do you make of all that, Kidola? And what would you say to the Kenyans?
I think JT have no money. Let's just be honest. He's a dirty guy. And he went to Burkina Faso. They receive him where they don't even, I don't think they really know him like that. He pretends he's building a house, but the house he was building was it's a very tiny house he was building, I think, for himself. He was playing a game, not really straightforward. That's just the truth.
So you think he's there to try to make money?
He was there to make money. You see, if let's say JT is a very rich guy, why is he living in the hood in America? You know, he came there, he said he's building a house. The house he was building was a very, you can call it tiny house. I think he was more selling himself.
He said he was in Nigeria too.
Nobody recognizes that guy in Nigeria. They don't even, Nigeria people don't even listen to hip hop music like that. So how would they know him? People that would know in Nigeria, you talk about the Puff Daddy, you know, all these guys, Jay-Z, might be Rick Ross. Rick Ross came to Nigeria. Nigeria people were not really interested about him. They don't give a damn about him. And that what pissed him off. He was pissed. He thought he was going to meet some Burna Boy, he was going to meet this, going to meet that. He met some rich young guys, but they're not into him. You know, they're not into him like that. You know.
So you think, I mean, you can see the conversation in Kenya. How do you think these
guys came
what do you think is happening?
Games. That's just the truth.
Sorry, go ahead. Kidola, are you there? Oh, I don't know what happened to Kidola. Let's go to Niger. Niger, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think JT run away from Burkina Faso even. I can say he went to the military base. He stand his ground. I don't think these guys understand Africans. Africans don't play. Stand his ground in African military base, especially Burkina Faso, one of the most toughest military in Africa, West Africa as well now. You stand your ground. You have to understand, it's Burkina Faso mercenary. They used to overthrow Babu. It was not the Ivory Coast boys. They used Burkina Faso mercenary to overthrow Babu. Ouattara did that. You understand me? It's Burkina Faso boys. Ouattara used French used to overthrow Babu.
So, Skidola, what do you make of what Judas said? You know, JT came to, feed, people in Burkina Faso and give them water.
See. Let me tell you one thing, Afridamus. JT come like a normal Western-minded guy. You see, Africans are be a dumping ground for some of these people who their career are over. Not just him as Black America, also the white ones also. If a white actor or actress career is gone, they will just go to Africa, do some aid. They will be holding babies. They'll be sharing some stupid things. You understand me? to boost up their career.
But maybe you don't think this is B1 first black brotherhood?
Afrodamus, if you watch some JT videos, you will see some huge mansions in Burkina Faso, very huge, very very huge houses that he was showing when he was on a bike. Huge houses. JT went to, I don't know, to Asket, and he was pretending to be doing good things there for the people and all these things. JT do some certain things in Burkina Faso. That's why he even ran away from Burkina Faso. I think he was having a problem. He came to Kenya. And, when you talk, Kenya is the mother of all twisted. Kenya can twist you up. You understand me? They're very good in anything. I don't think it is something. Feeding people in Kenya, nobody asked him to do that. He was the one doing it himself. One thing about Africans, Africans never ask you to do anything for them, but you do it yourself. You understand me? Why JT is not feeding in those ghetto hoods that he's living in Tennessee, where he's from originally? Why is not feeding these people in those Tennessee area there?
And in Atlanta.
Why not Atlanta? Why is not going to Alabama? To be feeding people there. He wanted to rebuild his character. He thought somebody has to come and bring music. Africans do not listen to hip hop like that. Africa have their own taste of music, which is this Afro beat. They all, which some of these French Makossa and all these Congolese and all these things, they listen to there. Africa people don't even watch American movies anymore. They have Nollywood. They can easily go to Nigeria and get Nollywood if that's what they want. Kenya guests are there. You understand me? Sierra Leone guests are there. So I think he went to revive himself. Not really going to Africa to help anybody. You see, one thing I don't like, when they're back, just sometimes they start dissing the people that actually received them were there, who never really discriminated against them, who never said, "Oh, why are you here? Who the hell are you? Why do you speak like this?" They start attacking them.
So speaking, are you surprised by the way that that lady was speaking to the Kenyan lawyer?
Yeah, I think they don't understand Africa really, because they have. I think they believe in one thing. Oh, I can come and stay there, buy a land, or I can come and stay there. But they don't know you need to really learn about the culture. You need to really learn about the people.
No, but they're black. They're just black.
No, Africa. I mean that was if I'm dealing with Igbo man here in Nigeria, right? I will change to his culture so that he will understand me, right? I will give him the respect that I think that will bring me close to him, so that whatever business I want from him or I want to do with him, we have trust. Yeah, we don't deal with skin color, black to black. There's not like that. We just respect each other's culture. I respect yours, you respect mine, on the friendly terms. That's just all. It's not about black. It's about cultural. We might have the same culture because we live in the same country, but I still have to turn my head because where you coming from. Or if you're from Lagos, you're born there. I'm gonna give you the Lagos style, one way or the other. But I still have to know you are a certain person from certain region. That's just the way Africa roll. If you go to Burkina Faso, the same thing too. You understand? So you cannot just say, "Oh, I go to Burkina Faso, I stand my ground." Their boastiness is what is actually hurting them. They boast a lot. You understand? Stand your ground for who? Military. These guys are overtraining out there. You understand me? He's dealing with people that they will smoke him. This is not about games now. This is not about creeps and the blood. Africa deal with the real thing, and that real thing.
But you don't see, he got shot in the hood.
I think one of his friends was killed in Burkina Faso.
Let me address that for a minute for you guys, right? Afadamos, if I come in the Gambia, right? Even if I don't know you, based off your video, I come in the Gambia and I give you $7,000 to buy me a land. and I refuse to. And you tell me, St. James, listen, I have a mansion and I have a room for you, right? You just pay me $7,000 for a land, and I'm offering you a free room, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna go live with some strangers. Does that make sense?
Nah.
Okay, I want everybody to think about it. Just think about it. That's what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what he
why.
said. And that boy ended up getting packed in the military base. That story doesn't add up. It does not.
How did he end up there?
Okay then.
After
So he just landed at the airport, met some random people, and on top of that, he was able to throw $7,000 at you. Like, yeah, listen, dude, I don't know you, but I trust you enough with $7,000, but I don't want to come stay with you. I'm gonna stay with these strangers over here.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
After that, I think they went there as a spy. That's just the truth. They went there as a spy, and these guys are spies. They went there as a spies. They went to that military base to spy. What happened there? These guys, they don't look. They don't check skin color. They ask them, "What are you doing here?" The crazy one could not really explain this. I believe this guy called JT run with his heels and run away. The other guy could not run, and these guys they smoke one of them. That's just the truth, you know. The Africans they don't watch Tony Montana. This not video game. This is rating. The rating. This is not Crips and the Hood in America.
That's
Yeah,
right.
the rating. The rating is rating. They tell you stop, you stop. They say I don't like it, you respect. You know, it's not about saying, you know, man, you know, now. In Africa, don't go down like that. The JT is a liar. He came to Africa, he came with other lady. That lady was also having a store. They were just doing the same thing. That lady was also in that guy's show, that is a mirror show. You understand? You know, the lady was also there. You know, look, after that, was Nigeria be doing business. I have a Burkina Faso friend called Derek. Derek is married to a French woman. You understand? You know, French white. Nice guy. You know, he told me about Burkina Faso a lot. You know, he told me Nigeria guys are coming there to do business. Sometimes they bring videos to sell Nollywood, they bring goose, they do business there. Igbo guys are making big money there. That's just the truth. You know, so I've never been to Burkina Faso, but my friend Derek told me much, at least a lot about Burkina Faso that I can understand. I see them in TV. They're very strong people, you know, no nonsense people. I love them a lot. They're the best guy in Africa. At least you can see the guys. These guys really Pan Africa. You see what they do to the jail? They went to sign military base to the jail. Nigeria gets shaky. Tinubu say, hey, no, I ain't going there. That's just the truth,
Exactly. Let's bring in Two Niger. Two Niger, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Two Niger, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Yeah. Greetings, Afrodemos, and all those on the panel, the chat, and to the viewers. This stuff, I don't know, man. It's like some people from the diaspora come to Africa, they have a problem, and suddenly everybody blows it out of proportion.
Explain.
Because in reality, I think I've actually been scammed more here in the West than I've been scammed in Nigeria. From your
You've been scammed by
yeah,
who?
and I've been scammed more here in the West than I've been scammed in the diaspora, and that's in Africa, man. Because
Like, what do you mean?
yeah, from the various things you buy here, sometimes you buy stuff, so they will tell you that, oh, like even your simple broadband, they will tell you, oh, this is so and so and so, but what you actually get is rubbish. You don't get
So
that.
wait, are you saying that the Europeans, white people scam more than so you're saying JT and the other blacks are not scamming?
No, they are scamming, but it's like
Oh.
the this in the what they call it, the kind of prominence we give to it. It seems to be slightly unfair and unbalanced.
Like what do you mean prominence?
Yeah, because you guys are making it look like, oh my God, the whole this in Kenyans are scamming the diaspora, or they are crazy Americans coming to this thing in Kenya to cause problems.
But isn't that what's happening?
99% of them are not having that problem. I assure you of that. And this idea that it's a cultural thing, some people argue about. There are people of from different cultures that have more things in common than people of the same culture. You can be highly impatient and versus somebody that is very patient from the same culture,
But
and you won't get
Tunaja,
along.
what's that have to do with JT's?
No, because
Like
I feel
scamming?
like sometimes they are making it okay. If it is that specific one, some people have already argued that he's not necessarily scamming people. So if that is the case,
Well,
then
we're going by what we are hearing in the video from the lawyer. So we are going by that conversation. So
from what I heard,
there are blacks, other black Americans saying he scammed them. So are you saying we should not talk about this?
No, you can talk about it, but
Okay.
you just have to put it in context. And
Like what context do you want it to be put in?
context is that okay? There's a case of scamming going on there. Is it a case of fraud? Because one of the other problem, because there's a bit.
So didn't we see the same scamming happen in Gambia, Ghana, Burkina Faso? So if it's not a cultural thing, a pattern, what is it then?
Is misunderstanding. And
misunderstanding is misunderstanding.
Let me say something. Let me say this. I think sometimes people use the word scam when they don't get their way in business, or when they don't get their way in a transaction. They just use the word scam. It's supposed to be willful deception of somebody to get money from them or get something from them. But the idea here is not a deception. Like I saw.
So did he, according to the lawyer, because clearly says he is not a Kenyan, he's foreigner. In Kenyan law, he cannot sell this land, and she's made that clear to him. So if he knowingly goes against that and sells the land, isn't that scamming? Because he knows those people cannot get their money, so he's scamming money out of them.
I think
if you knowingly, the law doesn't allow this, and you knowingly went against it, and this other person is gonna lose, isn't that scamming?
That is scam, and that is actually even goes to fraud. That is beyond even scamming. It goes to fraud. So deceiving people deliberately to get their money.
Right. So that's what they're explaining.
Can I touch on this issue of the land? What the law meant was that.
Okay, let him finish.
Hold on, Judah. This is two Niger's time, by the way. But go ahead.
Okay, I'm just adding on Niger so that all of us can understand what the lawyer said. It's the type of the land that JT bought, which is freehold land. Freehold land is meant for this is ancestral land. You have to have Kenyan citizenship,
right,
for you to sell. So me as a Kenyan, I could sell it to another Kenyan. But you as a foreigner, you could buy from me, but not sell it to another foreigner.
You understand, too, Niger?
Yeah, I understand. And he went on to try to sell the land, knowing full well he's not allowed to do that. Then that is willful deception, that is scam, and it's fraud, and he should be prosecuted for it.
No. I disagree with that.
It is scam and fraud. How can you say willful deception is not, and taking people's money knowing that they cannot own that property is not deception? That is fraud. Come on.
See, when JT yesterday, the lawyer was the one that scammed JT about the piece of land. When JT bought that land, the land that he was about to buy was a land closer to the lake. But the lawyer did something in the midst of it. JT explained it in one of his videos that the lawyer instead took him to a part that is arid, desert, in a place where nobody wants to get a land from there.
He is aware the land is not meant to be sold.
The lawyer, her lawyer should have been aware that they cannot sell that land because JT wasn't looking for a type of land that is going to be freehold. He needed a land that he can own and sell it. The lawyer was aware what JT wants. And in Kenya, you could do that. So the lawyer is to be blamed, not JT.
Hold on. Was JT not aware that he was buying a freehold land?
JT has the lawyer. The lawyer is the one that has the responsibility.
Answer his question. Answer his question. Wait.
JT was not aware because JT has a lawyer.
No,
he said everything
not true.
The lawyer told him at the same time that he's not allowed
the lawyer was the one that was involved. The lawyer was the one that was involved in the land buying. So the lawyer knows what JT wants, and that was JT's option.
Judah, you're
Yes,
not
sir.
making sense. If the
No,
lawyer already said that he cannot sell the freehold land because he's not Kenyan, he can sell it to other
that's what I'm saying. But
Americans.
JT
He
wasn't
knew
looking for a
that.
freehold land. When JT first
But that's
started,
what
It's
JT
not what he
told
was
the
looking
lawyer.
for. It is what he got. And the lady
Yeah.
told him, you are not allowed to sell it. Why didn't he say, okay, if that is the case, I don't want it anymore. I'll go for something else.
But
could have
that is
said
where the
that.
problem. That is where the problem is arising right now. It's becoming scamming. It's becoming a lot of things because they want to say he's scammed. But that's where the problem is
So
arising right
Judah,
now.
are you Judah?
He's calm now. He knew that. He knew he wasn't supposed to sell it, Judy. He knew.
To Niger, what the heck you talking about? He knew. I mean,
How can
what
somebody
the heck?
know something and you go and commit you go and do something that you're not supposed to do?
So
Then you pretend
Niger,
as if that person didn't knowingly do it.
the blame is on the lawyer, not on JT.
What?
The lawyer
So,
is the one
Judah,
responsible for land buying.
The lawyer
not
did her
JT.
job and told him, as a grown
No,
man, he could have decided, I don't want this property anymore. Take it back. I want a property that I can be able to sell.
The lawyer scammed JT and took money from JT,
Oh my God.
purchasing a land that is not resaleable. JT
Okay.
told her
Sometimes
he
you're
needed
acting
a
as if
land
you're
that is
talking about
resaleable.
like
That's what I'm
JT
saying.
was some kind of invalid. What are you talking about? The JT was not an invalid. When somebody gives you a land that you don't want, you tell them, I don't want this land because I won't be able to sell it. I want something else. Simple. Did the lawyer force him to buy the land?
So Judah, are you saying Judah, are you saying that the Kenyans are the scammers?
Of course. I mean, the scamming. I mean, instead of us blaming,
Almighty and Afrodamas, allow me to come in.
let me interject just for 1 second. Judy, what you're talking about is very baseless. Like in Africa, right? Even when you want to buy land in Burkina, I'll give you an example. You go to a lawyer, right? The lawyer talk to you and you guys agree what kind of land you want. It's not the only step. They would take you to more steps so you can even understand. Even if the lawyer is lying to you, you will go to a different office and that office will explain to you what you are buying. If it's for agriculture or residential, they will tell you based on the taxes that you will pay. So JT is not a stupid guy and he speak English. So I know in Kenya, no, listen to me. The lawyer himself cannot lie to the client. Because
St.
you
James,
have
let
to
me
go to this meeting and they will explain to you.
right?
No, listen. The guy was here in Burkina. He knows. He has an idea about how things are
The arid land
conducted.
that they're talking about in Kenya, nobody want to live there. If not of JT, that piece of land wouldn't even be important at all. But because it's an American person that is selling land to his own people, now they want to make it big. It makes no sense. That part of land,
You cannot, as an American,
that is the problem. Nobody
as an American.
Wait, one mic.
People live in that location.
Let me tell you, as an African American in my country, you cannot come here and go to a lawyer and tell him, I'm buying this land so I can flip it and sell it to other people.
No, that's my piece of land. I have the right to do what I have to do on my piece of land. You cannot tell me I bought the land cash.
No,
that's my piece of land.
Cannot. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You cannot.
Man, that's why most of you guys are dumb, man. That's why your countries are not developing.
Let's bring in Pimfo Fanta.
That's why your
Hold on.
country remain the way it is.
Hold on.
They're not buying land in Cameroon.
A piece of land and you tell me I cannot resell it.
Guys, one mic, guys.
To Nigeria, you cannot buy a piece of land and someone tell you cannot resell it to your own
brother. Judah, hold on. Go ahead, Tunia.
I think what the Kenyans did was a smart thing. If you are not a citizen, why would you buy a freehold land? Otherwise, let's say they give African Americans that are returning the diasporans a lot of privilege and they get this thing. They get land, they just buy the land and they just sell it off to some other people.
They dupe him. They misunderstood his language. They dupe him. They misunderstood.
Judah, allow him to talk, Judah, please.
Yeah, see, what the Kenyans are doing, the rules seem very, very smart rule to have. If you have a freehold land, you're not just allowed to just pass it on, except you're a citizen. Then you can pass it on. But to be blaming the Kenyans, when the lawyer clearly stated that she advised him, he told him you can't sell this land on. Are you trying to pretend as if African Americans don't have brains anymore? You are treating them as if they are stupid. They are not stupid. He knew full well what he was buying, and he was advised on it, and he went on to do what he wasn't supposed to do. When he did that, when they told him, okay, let's say he didn't know. When they corrected him, why did he still carry on in that direction? You can't keep making an excuse for grown men that have a lot of money to even be able to buy land all the way from America. He must be capable to be able to do that. So this idea that you're making an excuse for him, it doesn't hold water at all.
They duped JT. JT said his word was missing in the conversation. They duped him. They took more money from him. They sold him a land that he did not want. The land that he bought. Come on, man.
He's a grown man. What are you talking about?
As an
He can be a
adult,
grown man, but he wasn't in the country. He was in the United States when
as
everything
an
was going
adult,
on
you're
in
supposed to
Kenya.
know the law.
What are you talking about?
Guys,
This is not an excuse.
yeah, guys. Let's bring in Kung Fu Fanta.
Hello.
Go ahead, Kung Fu.
Yeah, I want to start out with McQueen County, where the land is. It's actually not arid; it's semi-arid, and it's Lake Machakos. Okay, and also within that area, there's a lot of people that live there. It's not a deserted area.
But he's feeding all those people.
Judah, be quiet, man. Be quiet, sir.
Okay, so
what
JT said, I heard him say on Sunday. JT said he went to Kenya on the 1st of January in 2021. He left Kenya the 1st of January 2023. So it's exactly 2 years according to what he had said on Sunday. Okay, I did a reaction on him on Sunday. All right, so Judah earlier in the chat said that if it wasn't for JT, this lawyer that you see on the screen wouldn't have a job. Now, as you could see, she's been active since 2017. And in Kenya, you have to get a certificate every single year as a lawyer in order to practice being a lawyer year after year after year. So since 2017, all the way to 2021, before JT even got there, she was active. And she has a couple BMWs or Mercedes, whichever one, S-Class, whatever car that is. All right. And she had another guy on there. The video that you was playing earlier, Afrodamus, there was a point in that video where she said that that guy was in the car because she drove him to somewhere and he confirmed what type of car it was. So this is before JT. She even said in that video that she has poor clients, middle-class clients, and rich clients. So I can tell you right now, JT, the bigger figure, is not a rich client, not the richest she's ever had, not even close. So I rest my case.
Come on.
Thank you, Judah, for listening.
Your audio. Fix your audio. Fix your audio.
Fix the Obama phone.
God
damn.
Yes. Can I come in?
Yes.
So I think now I'm becoming the only Kenyan here who can give more information. So Judah, just a little bit, Judah. So Afrodamas, I wish Judah said the truth, because let's backtrack, because I've been following JT story. Let's backtrack when JT came to Kenya. When he came to Kenya, how did he get to buy the land? He did not get to buy the land from the Masi. He bought the land via the driver, Daniel. The driver is his neighbor on that land. He's the one who told him there is land in Makueni County, just my neighbor, selling 3.5 acres. So first, the interest of the person buying JT came from himself and from the driver to himself. And then he had now to involve the lawyer. And now he checked who is the best lawyer in town. And Masi name comes popping out. And he goes to Masi's office. Masi tells JT that you cannot own this land. This land will have to be put in trust because you're not a citizen. Right. Until the time you become a citizen, then we can transfer the land to your name.
So Judah doesn't know what he's talking about.
Judah doesn't know anything.
So he sold a land that is in a trust.
So the land actually, it's not even under JT's name. It is under a trust. You are a Kenyan. Me myself as a Kenyan, I could hold the land for a foreigner in trust, but in most professional way, It should be the lawyer holding the trust on you, because I could sell the land and he wouldn't take me anywhere, because the land it's in my name, so it's mine. Then we'll have to go to court. So that's the thing. You have to go to court and sue me. So it's better to have it on the lawyer, because the lawyer will be afraid to lose the license. And trust me, Afrodamas, you have to know, you've seen Masti's profile. It is active. Do you know why it's like that? If she misses one year, it is not active, or not maybe, let's say maybe she close her practice and go to the States. That's okay. But one that it's said that she was involved in scam, and tomorrow become a judge of the courts, they wouldn't pick her. That is one thing you have. Every advocate in Kenya always take their name. So if you're working with a lawyer who has some lapses on law, their mistake, and it was like suspended. It's always written suspended that year.
Okay, Judah, you hear that?
After
Judah?
2 years, maybe it's active.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, man. I mean, everyone want to come here and bash JT. What he did for the community, I don't think any Kenyan has ever done that in their whole life. Helping almost like a million people in Kenya, man. Come on, bro.
A million people?
Come on, man. This guy went to a community and built borehole, helped people, bought rice, bought the whole village things, and people are now saying,
You said million people, like a million people.
I mean, almost close to a million. Almost close to a million people in Kenya. Come on, man.
Now you have asked
Go
for
ahead.
information. Let me. You're asking questions. Check the owner of Mombasa Cement and how many people is feeding. 200. This man is feeding 5 million Kenyan every day.
But that's his Kenyan people, man.
That's
his
Kenyan,
Kenya.
man.
This guy has no ties to you guys, and he's still feeding you guys. And what the heck are you talking about?
Judah, you said
let's be fair, Judah. Let's be fair, Judah. You said doing it. I just gave you one example, and you already fumbled.
So a Kenyan in Kenya is feeding 5 million people.
Not even feeding 5 million. He's building schools. He's building police stations. He's building hospitals. Only him. Check also the owner of Gulf Industries. You will get the information. Helping. Let me give you. You know the problem here is culture. The difference here is culture. Quiet straight. Today now just keep quiet, Judah. No. You are putting Kenya the wrong way.
5 million.
You just keep quiet.
Kidding me?
For now, keep quiet. Judah, please have respect. I kept quiet on you. Let's understand the Kenyan culture, Afrodamas. Afrodamas, if you have ever Kenyan, a Kenyan will be having money and even will die hungry, but he has money in the account. So not
man, come on, man. Stop that.
Kenyans do not
Money
show
in their
riches.
account. What the hell are you talking about? This guy is talking about Kenya will have money and die for having money in his account. Come on, man. You have money and then you die poor. You die in poverty.
No, but why are you getting mad?
I'm
It's
getting mad
better for
because
me not to show my money.
You cannot have money in your account and you die of poverty. Come on, man. It makes no sense. Go and tell that stuff to your Kenyan people in Kenya, not to us that live in America here. We know what the poverty is in Africa, man.
Are you a Kenyan? No, let me understand it, Judah.
You gotta let the Kenyans speak.
Judah,
You
let me understand. Are you a Kenyan? Are you
I'm not a
Kenyan,
Kenyan,
Judah?
man. I'm not a Kenyan.
I'm the one who's Kenyan here. Why are you speaking for Kenya? Why are you getting offended? You're not a Kenyan. Yeah, just keep quiet. Relax,
You did like to malign African country. If this was Ghana now, you would like Ghanaians are scamming Americans. And it was Gambia is scamming Americans.
Okay.
This is exactly what he does. He just likes to badmouth African countries. You stop doing that, man.
African countries are fucked up. They are messed up in their head.
Exactly. Now he's coming out with it. Like, he's coming out with it. That's exactly his own. He doesn't care about the details.
That's one microphone. One mic.
Then let's fix it. It was me speaking. So, Afrodamas and Niger and St. James and Almighty. So let us understand the Kenyan culture. We differ from the West. I know the West you have to drive a big car, everything. Okay, in Kenya also we have that, but people do not like showing off too much. People have money in their homes. And you know, when you talk about JT came to help to Kenya, yeah, you should go to yourself if it's possible. Just take a trip to Kenya. You see how the people are living. You realize
What
people are
trip?
living
Are you
comfortably.
talking only Nairobi? Do you know how many people are suffering in up north, in
My man, my man,
all those places in the
my man,
desert? Are you
my
talking
man from
about only
Kenya.
Nairobi? What is this guy
My
talking
man,
about? People are
I'm not
enjoying.
talking about Nairobi. I'm not from Nairobi.
Majority of people in Kenya are suffering. Why not talk about the majority? You have
my
few
man
that
from
are
Kenya.
getting
How many
low.
people are
You
suffering
have
in
the
Kenya?
Don't
majority that are suffering.
listen,
You're talking
my
about
man,
people are rich, people
my
are
man.
rich. What the hell? That is all
Don't
what
mind
African
Judy,
talk
man.
about. Hey, we got rich people. We got rich people. Yet
Don't
majority of
mind
their
Judy.
country is all messed up. Who is this
Okay,
guy, man?
okay.
Don't
Let me
mind
cut
Judy,
that.
man.
Let me cut that.
Just state your facts and just keep going. Don't mind Judy,
Okay.
bro.
Okay,
Don't mind him.
so let's cut all that. I wanted to say before, I'm not even talking about helping, because somebody could help, people could decide not to help. That is according to their own will. So if somebody does not want to help, that is according to them. But now the real issue here, because we are fighting, you know, this PR thing was done by JT. It's covering a lot. It covered our eyes not to see the bad that he was doing, and also tainting our country. So the lawyers already said that a scam was being undertaken by JT. That's a lawyer, a legal lawyer representing JT, has denied the business that JT is doing. So it ends at that. It's not even about feeding people. That feeding people is a PR and do you know it's the highest number of NGOs which are in Kenya. So feeding people is not new to. We have seen it, and we know the dark side of feeding of that NGO. We understand how the NGO come, and they will, and at the end of the day, people will be left, and the solution will not have been given. So it is whatever the DAT came to Kenya and he's doing it perfectly, and he left a dent already, and he's gone.
I have a
When are you
question
gonna
for
stop
you,
talking, man?
Afadamus.
Let me.
Afadamus, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
And my man from Kenya, when the dude came to Kenya, right? In general, was he having problem with Kenyans? I guess not. He wasn't having problem with no Kenyans. Whether he was doing good things or bad things, now the good things, the Kenyan never mind that. So the fact that you come here, that Jude is talking about, he did good things. Everybody do good things. The Kenyans they never
Yes.
said, okay, the guy didn't do all these things. The Kenyan were talking about the wrongdoings. You know, they have the right to talk about the wrongdoing, and then we go about our businesses. Like I said, you know, when the guy came to
Yes.
my country, he had no problem with the Burkinabés. Beside the fact
Even
that
in
there was
Kenya.
some young cat that was taking his money when he sent them, this cat take his money, never brought his change. And he talk about scamming. Nobody scammed that dude. Whatever he was trying to do, nobody blocked him. He decided to move on to a different country, and this is what happened. So
St. James,
basically,
that's
in general,
taking advantage of someone. That's what they call scamming. You take advantage of someone because he doesn't know anything in your country.
Jude,
Somebody give
and
you
it's not
$100 in
okay.
your country and you don't give
But
him
it,
his
but it's
his
oh
his,
my
his,
god,
his refund. That's scamming. Come on, man. That's scamming because he doesn't know it.
do
That's
you know,
scamming.
Jude? So you say that's a no, right? Correct?
He went to Kenya. They took
I mean,
advantage of him
okay,
because he
okay.
doesn't know the system
And
that
you
well.
talk.
The lawyer
Listen. Let
scamming.
me ask you.
That's what
Myself,
it is.
myself over here. I send kids with money. They never brought my change back. I'm not dead yet.
But that's
I'm not dead
scamming.
yet.
But
And
because it's your country, you wouldn't call it
whatever this
scamming. But
kid,
that's scamming.
I don't listen. I'm above that. I'm above that. I'm not gonna make an issue out of it. Make a video that my kids, my boys are taken from me. I'm above that.
But that's
That
disrespectful, though. That's what they call
it,
disrespect.
well, don't hang with low hanging fruits.
You
Don't
cannot
hang with
compare
low
your
hanging
culture
fruit.
that you wouldn't tell
Listen,
anyone that they're scamming
listen,
to an African American. An
listen.
African
When
American
you
expect they see
when
that
you
as
go to a
scamming.
place, when you go to a place, make sure that you stick around with people that will not do that to you. That's it. So
He
if
went
you
to
make these
Kenya, they
kids,
did the same thing to him, man. I'm not here
well,
to
listen. If you go to a poor place to make friends out of that situation, yes, it's gonna happen. Everywhere in the world you go, it's gonna happen. You hang with people who don't have money, they will try to get money out of you. That's everywhere you go. You understand?
Yeah, I'm not here
Is
to
it good?
support.
No,
I'm
it's
not here
not
to
good.
support JT.
No, no, no.
But
It's
what
not about
JT did
supporting.
in Africa, man, you cannot say no. He did not do enough. He did good. He did well in Kenya. He did well in Burkina. He have a lot of families. Come on, man. You cannot come here and disrespect what he did. I mean, they should have even given him free land in Kenya and even in Burkina Faso.
No, no,
There
no.
was
In
no reason why
Cameroon,
JT.
you
There
give a
wasn't no
free
reason
land.
why. There
Listen,
was no reason why JT should be buying land in Kenya after he's feeding a lot of families. Come on, man. Building wells and for families to fetch
Judah,
water.
let me ask
Are you
you.
kidding me?
Since we fell, right? Since Burkina failed to give him a free land, and Kenya also failed to give him a free land, why don't you give him one over there in Cameroon? We close the case. Give him one in Cameroon, and we will close the case.
He's not
Since
coming
you
to
guys are,
Amazonia, bro.
Hold
He's
on,
not
let
coming
me
to
read this.
Cameroon. So,
Hold on, let me read this. Jama, thank you for the super chat. Jama said JT should consider a GoFundMe for Ambazonians in honor of Judah defending him from all the way in Utah. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, Bantu Queen said this was Bijou Noir's choir boy. His sense of judgment isn't very sound. Today they are cooking Judah. Guys, let's
Wow, we bring Bijou into this one now.
let me tell you something, man. Africa are just see when I talk to Africans, or most of the Africans here, the guys that talk live in the diaspora, they have no hopes of going back to Africa. That's what I'm saying for a fact. They have no hopes of going.
Judah, are you saying Tunaja is not going back to
Man,
Nigeria?
these guys, they have no hopes of going there and establish. All what they talk is this and that, this and that. Africa is a cursed land.
But what's that have to do with this? But what's that have to do with this topic?
Africa is a cursed land. We will keep talking, thinking Africa, but it's a cursed land. So I mean, there's no hopes of Africa, bro. I'm just telling you, no hopes. You know,
Judah, if you are cursed, if you are cursed, don't try to translate it to the whole continent. Just because you are cursed,
what's wrong with Judah?
Judah is traumatized. That's why he's talking like this. He's just a traumatized guy. Chill out, man. Africa is going to get its act together, and not everything is on fire in Africa. You know, as you can see, there is a real estate industry in Kenya that is actually functional. He was advised, for crying out loud. Come on, man. Let's not blow this.
When are you moving to Nigeria?
Judah, let me finish, man. They gave me.
I'm
already there.
Guys, allow St. James to finish. Go ahead, St. James.
Judah. So I'm sorry that in Ambazonia, right, things are not going too well for you there. I get it. The Francophone Camerooners, they're not letting you breathe, man. Listen, when I come back to the state, man, I have so many friends who are from Cameroon. I will talk to them on your behalf, you know. I know it's rough. You can't compete, you can't fight. So I know you're sorry.
The worst of Amazonian is better than the whole Burkina Faso. The worst of Amazonia.
You know the problem with Amazonia. You know the funny thing about Amazonia struggle? It's all about English.
The worst of Amazonia is better than Burkina Faso.
Calm down now. The fight Amazonia is fighting about is just basically whether to speak one European language or another European language, whether it's English or French. That is the real deal, isn't it? It's pathetic. If you want to, I don't know why the English side don't want to say, you know what, let's just join our French brothers. No, they will never do it because French is a sacrilegious language.
I'm even surprised because you are coming from a minority. You are coming from a minority group in Nigeria that is being dominated by Fulani Hausa.
I wasn't even done.
Judah, wait, Judah.
I wasn't even done. Afadamas. You know the Cameroon, the Francophone Cameroonian, right? I bring up the conversation with them, right? Like every time I go to them, I'm like, okay, what's up with the Anglophone Cameroonians? You know what they always tell me?
What?
Man, saying them, don't worry about these people, man. It's like, man, you're the only one every time who's bringing them. It's like they don't even know these guys exist, man. Trust me. It's like I never got them to explain to me exactly what's going on between them because, like, it's a non-issue to them. So
you are going to a majority group. Like you going to Nigeria and talking to the Fulani or Hausa in Nigeria, they will tell you there's no problem in Nigeria because they dominate the political system. It's the same thing me going to Burkina Faso and talking to the Moretti, the Massa people. They will not tell you anything good because they dominate Burkina Faso.
Hold on.
Northerners
After
have
that,
bigger problems in
Yeah.
Nigeria. Why is
the
doing
knee,
that?
Oh, yeah, change.
the knee is too strong on the neck. You know, that's why Jude
Yeah,
has that
Judah.
pressure. You saw the
Yeah,
knee is
Judah.
too
It
strong on the
sounds
neck.
like he's
You
under
know,
pressure.
He's got
he's
PTSD.
under
I've told him
pressure
before. Instead
because
of
he's
you to
under
go and
pressure
treat
to
him
deliver.
so that he can see things rationally. He's got PTSD. He just likes to
St.
hate and
James,
hate and
how
hate.
can a majority group tell you about something good, something bad to a minority person in their own country? It makes no sense. It's like me coming to America and asking the white man, are African Americans having a problem? No, they will tell you no, because they are living, they are the one enjoying the system. It makes no sense. So your point of view makes no sense to me, St. James.
Okay, guys, let's do our closing statements here. Let's start with Kidola. Kidola, closing statement. Kidola, are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Kidola, what do you want to say?
What is this? Judah. I could see your body today, man. Judah, you see, what you should understand is Black America are related people to us, but if they want to come, they come, but not come have group for yourself. Then when you go back, you start praising yourself. You do this, you do that. You know, just come enjoy yourself, man. West Africa is free for you to run around. If you want to catch lion, go and catch lion. It's all there. If anything you want to do, desert body like what they do in Dubai. Africa have it. West Africa have it. Come and enjoy yourself, but stop bashing. Africa have far more. You see what is going on now in Africa. The real men are taking over. And one day it will still reach the tongue of the real people, not the fake ones.
Thank you, Kidola. All right. All right, Kenyan Reactor, closing statement.
I wanted to go last, but let me just give it a shot.
Okay. We'll make you go last since you're the Kenyan here. You know, Judah, closing statement.
How can you go last? That Jude is on the panel, man. Come on, bro. I mean, who's this Kenyan guy? Go ahead and make your statement, bro.
No. Let me go last, man. And let my two brothers go last, man.
Oh, okay, let me go ahead and make my statement and leave, man. I know this guy. Let me finish. See, Afidemus is very uncertain that we have Africans want to come here and tell us, oh, Africa is doing good. Oh, we are doing better. Oh, we are doing fine. Come on, man. You have your small capital cities that you have like 2, 3, 4 skyscrapers in your small capital city, and you want to say you have development that is going on in your country. Majority of your people are living below the poverty line. You know, your whole country needs water, poverty, malnutrition everywhere. Everything. That's why when I talk Africans, man, it's just Africans. I'm just gonna cut it short, man. JT is doing good. He did good in Africa. We shouldn't blame him for what he did not have no clue about it. His lawyer put him under the carpet, tore him under the rug, took a lot of money from JT and his friends, scammed them, and now they want to use the law on oh, you cannot sell land if you are not a Kenyan citizen, or it makes no sense. So St. James, thanks for coming to the panel. And this Kenyan, or whatever you call yourself, I know that's a fake name. You are not a reactor because you have no clue about what a reactor is in Kenya. So, I mean, you having yourself a reactor makes no sense. St. James is going to be used certain days on the panel, man. Thank you for showing up. Afidemus, thank you for giving me the panel. And, I'm going to cut it short and say bye, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
My man, Judy.
All right.
Let's go with the closing.
Yeah. So, Matt, can you please share Two Nigers channel in the chat there? Pin it so people can go subscribe to Two Nigers channel.
Yeah. Thank you for that. For demos, I wanted to ask permission for that. Yeah, so subscribe to my channel if you guys really want to know what needs to be done for our people to get out of this mess we are in, so that Jude is not going to be crying every single day about the continent.
So do you do lives Two Niger?
We do lives quite a lot, and
okay.
You get.
Well, how come you didn't invite me?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You normally come on my channel, but I don't see you these days. But I guess you just need to watch us. So if you subscribe, you get notification. We do lives, quite a lot of them last week, actually.
Okay. Are you usually there, pandering to the blacks?
There's no pandering. There's no pandering, and African Americans show up, Jamaicans. Yeah,
So you're still pandering.
what is
Supergirl,
the pandering thing we are
Supergirl,
talking about?
or Jude. Jude, can you please share Two Nigers channel on the chat? The
Yeah,
link.
Jude.
Jude is a mod here. He's a mod over here.
We're in trouble now. Jude, you need to share it. It's in a private listing. Yeah, I think
It's right there. They already shared. So Two Niger, are you surprised that Jude is a mod here?
No, I guess he should. He's all right. He's all right. It's just that at least he shows up and tries to talk about what he needs to talk about. But he always like, oh, Africa is cost. Africa is this. Come on, man. It's not like that.
Tuna, you want to do your closing since I have you on the mic there?
Yeah, I think we should, keep things in perspective. When we are talking about this scamming business, I think it's gone on quite a bit from Gambia, Ghana, literally everywhere they touch down is a scamming country. And we need to keep it in perspective because 99% of African Americans or the greater diaspora that returns to the continent are having good experiences and they are not being cheated in any way. And I can tell you for sure, as a Nigerian that has an antenna for scamming, I've been scammed more here in the West than I've ever been scammed in Nigeria.
I don't believe that.
No, I can tell you. If you go and have your car,
I'm not going to believe that.
if you go and
I don't believe that. You get scammed. You get scammed more. You get scammed more in the UK than Nigeria. I don't believe them.
See, that's the problem.
I don't believe them. I don't believe them.
Oh my God. Go and ask any UK national what they charge them for MOT alone.
Look, I don't believe it.
Oh, come on. I'm getting scammed every day. You have to have your eyes open here in the UK to get things the right price. Otherwise, they will scam you constantly. If you want to have your car repaired, they will scam you.
Are you just cheap to Niger?
No, it's not about being cheap. It's just that they are scamming you they are charging you more than they should charge you. You see what I mean? And they are marking up everything that they want to take from you. And they will tell you that they are selling you this service. They give you something else. So this coming, and we excuse it because it's the UK and things.
So, Tunaja, what would you say to Jude about Africa being cursed?
I think that is nonsense. Africa has never been in this state for the entire of its existence. It's just the last 400 years. I cannot tell you that how many countries have been like that, how many continents or regions have been like that in this world. So let's keep things in perspective. People are having a reasonable time in Kenya. You have not heard from this in Brandon, the Pan-Africanism strike, by complaining that people scammed him. No, you don't hear that. There are a lot of people doing good business in Kenya. There are a lot of people doing good, even in Nigeria.
No, they are saying that JT scammed them. They're not. That's what
they are saying. JT scammed them. Yeah. If you ask me, JT, what he did, he knew he wasn't supposed to sell that.
They're not saying the Kenyans.
That is scamming. That is even fraud. Because if you know you're not supposed to sell something and you pretend as if you can sell it and you took money from people, that is fraud. It's beyond scamming, and it should be treated as because you can't tell people to give you their money knowing full well that you're not going to be able to provide them the service. That's even beyond scam. That's fraud.
Well, thank you, To Niger. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was To Niger and Kenyan Reactor. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm the resident Kenyan today on the channel. Yes. So it's sad that this has happened to Kenya with the shuffle with the Americans and JT, and it involved Kenya. And I took it actually on a personal level because I know the constitution. I was real estate when I was in Kenya, and I also had my Almighty saying that I don't have hopes of going back to Kenya. Let me correct him. I've been to Kenya many times, and I'm actually relocating for good. So you can follow me and see what I'll be doing. And what he has said about Kenya, some of the things, it's better. Like for all of this discussion, I never talked about Cameroon because I have never stepped in Cameroon. I've seen videos about Cameroon. I've seen one guy from Cameroon called Ivan Tours. He visited Kenya and talked about Kenya. Said Kenya is well developed than Cameroon. But I never mentioned that because we are not here to squash everybody. It's not about fighting. It's about helping one another. Like right now, this is happening to Kenya. So if we can, all of us stand against together and protect Kenya, we make a firm decision that we are not allowing this behavior. You are welcome. You are our brothers. You are our blood. But you're welcome to settle in well, have a nice time, do whatever you wanna do, and nothing will be going wrong. And actually, surprise, and all this situation that we are fighting. Kenya has a very high number of tourists in Kenya. We have many foreigners in Kenya, a lot of experts. We have the UN office, United Nations Environmental Program. The headquarters is based in Nairobi. You cannot even count the embassies that are there. Even in Kenya, it's embassy for both Uganda, Comoros, most of the East African countries. They have to come to Nairobi if they're going to states, if they're going to some countries like they need to come to Kenya for their visa application. So Kenya is well endowed with, and they're doing well. And actually, JT is not the first Black American to be in Kenya. There are many in my city. I'm not from Nairobi. He complained that I talk about Nairobi. He should check other cities in Kenya. There are many cities in Kenya which are doing well. Agriculture. So when he talked about the dry land, I wanted to explain that because the equator crosses the country by half, and during right now at this season in south where there's Masai Mara, where they now we are seeing the wild beast migrating. It's because it's raining, and during April the north becomes wet. But now that place is sometimes some parts of northern part of Kenya is semi-arid. It's we only the only place that is dry is only one place, and it's only a desert. It looks like Dubai. It's a very small portion, and it's and the tea. So Kenya is doing very well. You can even see, you can go to the shop, you will see Kenyan tea, Lipton, you will see avocados from Kenya. So Kenya is doing very well. People are not starving, actually, the way JT wanted to make it look. He went to a semi-arid area, made pictures. Even people are telling him, you went to the place where it's dry. And even that place that is dry, the government has put in measures. And even JT put a post on Sunday, the other Sunday, about minerals being discovered in that area. In those areas where it's semi-arid, it's common with oil, it's common with minerals. So all these places are doing well. And also that place has many national park. We have Savo National Park next to Makueni, where the land was bought. So it's a very, if animals are living there, that place is not that dry. That's the way it was being put. And with the case about JT did a very nice PR. He feed Kenyans. He did a very good job in feeding Burkina Faso. But now the main issue, we are not even talking about feeding, because if we talk about feeding, we will go round and round and round. The thing is, he came to Kenya after selling land to people in Burkina Faso, and because the situation was not looking good in Burkina Faso, he allowed people to transfer the land to the Kenyan land. So if you had 1,000 feet in Burkina Faso, he was changing you to Kenya. And they are saying that the lawyer con JT, but the land is in trust to the new lawyer. So the land actually is still valuable. And I even now I'm doing my research. I have the number of the title deed. I have the number of the registry map. I'm doing my own research. I'll get to know who is the owner of that, even if it's on trust. I'll get it, and I will still do a reaction in it, because also I'm a YouTuber and I'm doing the reaction. And it's not about JT alone. I'm doing reaction on many people at the moment. So
well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
So
very much.
I want to go, because this JT issue is not small, and it's really big, and it's really extensive. You need time. You cannot do one video and understand the whole case. The
All
case
right. You're always welcome here. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much. All right. That was our residential Kenyan coming straight out of Nairobi to come here to straighten Jude the Amazonian, who is over here. Apparently they said he was booty clapping for JT. He is being JT's spokesperson. But hey, shout out to Jude and to all the panelists, St. James, 290, and all of you and the viewers guys, as you can see, of course, the conversation gets heated, the drama goes on, but it is what it is. Shout out to Kenya, Burkina Faso, and to all the, the blacks that are, laying low in those countries. Hey, keep it on the low. And you cannot go to Kenya pregnant pretending that you can put, the land in your baby's name, because that baby is an American baby. Just so you know, okay? It's an American baby. It's not the same law like in America where, if the child is born there, they become a citizen of that country. It's not the same law. It's completely different. So make sure you take that into account. Find out the laws about these countries and don't get scammed. And do not bring your drama to these countries. Keep them here in the hood. I will see you guys. I'm your host, Afridamus, and you know what to do. And guys, when you come back, please don't be stingy. Like the video. I don't know what's wrong with people. They somehow do not like hitting the like. Engage the video. That's why they have the thumbs up there or the thumbs down. All right. Peace out.
Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you. Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you. Big flex, my swole up, double cup and I'm pulled up. Niggas hating like hold up, what's the problem?